It's on you, player. You
What
got the
it
goddamn running
do, what
stick.
it do, what it do, people? Welcome to another week's episode of Blood Talk
You,
Nola.
you, you,
Man,
you.
we got another good one for y'all this week, man. I hope y'all enjoy it. Give us plenty of feedback because it's worth talking about. You know, it's been up for debate for many years, and now it's coming to the point where this shit getting to the point where motherfuckers need to start going to jail for the dumb shit. So, yeah, so just getting that out the way, man. I am your host, P. Dot on the spot,
Silent Child 17. Goals, huh?
Top tracks in the building.
and we all blunt talk Nola. So, I want to go ahead. I want to do our little introduction right quick, and we did that. So let's get that out the way. Um, how y'all week been, man? How y'all been doing?
Shit been good, brother.
Cool. Cool.
Just
Just robbed a
Uh,
nigga last night. Nah, I'm just playing. Good. Nah,
shit,
everything cool, bro.
times is hard out
Everything
here.
all
I
right.
wouldn't blame you if you did. But yeah,
Everything's
man.
been
So
okay, yeah.
I do want to say welcome to all our listeners. Those who will be watching us on the rebroadcast. The link is in the description. If you want to come up on stage, the link is in the top of the not the description, I'm sorry. The link is in the comments. If you want to come up on stage, follow the link in the comments. It should guide you right to the stage where we could pull you up and you could drop your piece. Or if not, you could just stay in the comments behind the keyboard and have yourself a good evening. So, first things first, man. Anybody got anything for another news?
go ahead
Well,
first.
Hell
I know
yeah.
y'all do, but you know, I just want to ask a question. So, let's go ahead and get that rolling, and we'll be right back.
In other news,
All right. So, which one of y'all
That
would
boy
like to
say,
go
all
first?
right, like Mr. Rogers.
Can you
Chop
still
already
hear us?
passed me the torch. Chop already
Yeah,
passed
because
the
I'm
torch, bro.
I want
I'm
to
about
do
to.
last because my last little piece of
Hey,
end of the news
it's no
lead right
problem.
into the second piece. So,
Yeah,
Okay.
you good. You good. You good, man. And guess what? I'm about to jump this motherfucker off, man. I got 3 good ones like you had last week, Peter. I got 3 too this time. But I'm gonna let
uh-oh.
mine roll a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna let mine roll because mine got kind of a theme to the end of it. But I got one for y'all that we always try to keep awareness about, fellas. And you know, these freaky ass 69 guys that's around here fucking with these churn. Got us another one. Fellas, we got us another one. Young man been caught on some bullshit. Wind up finding out that he's been taking pictures and shit of little girls and shit on the beach and shit. People called in on him. Ran his name, child. This nigga convicted for this same bullshit somewhere else with him and his fucking old lady. Oh, we about to get into this shit. Y'all peep this shit out.
Woodlands mall security guard, already facing charges for secretly recording underage girls, is back in jail, this time in Galveston. Taylor Roy was arrested Wednesday on a new invasive recording charge. KPRC2 reporter Corley Peel is outside the Galveston County Jail where Roy is
Taylor.
being held, and she's sharing how Roy was caught a second time.
Taylor Roy's arrests here in Galveston County and Montgomery County are
Two
almost
times?
exactly a year apart. This time, he's accused of trying to take videos of a
Just
child on the beach.
12 months.
The beaches of Galveston Island are where many families spend quality time. On Easter weekend, it's where police say a bystander noticed Taylor Roy taking videos and pictures of their child. The family managed to gather pictures of Roy and his vehicle. Police quickly identified him as their suspect. 11 days later, police tracked Roy down, taking him into custody. During the investigation, detectives learned Roy was already out on bond for the same crime in Montgomery County. Roy was a security guard at the Woodlands Mall and a youth tennis coach. He and his wife Tasha were arrested last year after allegedly creating secret videos of girls as young as 10 and selling them.
Listen.
Roy is accused of recording in many places where young girls were known to be wearing swimsuits, like dressing rooms and Six Flags Hurricane Harbor. Investigators in both Galveston County and Montgomery County now working together to solve Roy's accused crimes. Taylor Roy is currently being held in the Galveston County Jail on a $75,000 bond. His next court date has not been set yet. I did reach out to the Montgomery County District Attorney's Office to find out if his new charge here in Galveston will have an impact on his bond in Montgomery County. Their spokesperson says that, generally speaking, if someone is out on bond with conditions and they commit a new offense, it may be a basis to ask the judge to set aside that bond, increase the bond, or make changes to the bond conditions. But this is an active and ongoing investigation. In Galveston, Corley Peel, KPRC 2 News.
So that'll be my question to the panel. What do y'all think they should do in this situation, knowing the things that's involved with the situation, fellas? What
they
do
gotta
y'all think
hold
they
up.
should
They gotta
do?
see both charges. They got to, because I mean that shows the pattern of his behavior and all that type of shit too. So I think they do have to include the fact that he got caught. But a judge definitely gonna use it when sentencing. So
Yeah,
I mean,
ain't that a slick way too as well for the defense to try to make a way where these type of acts
it would be a sick way for somebody
should not
incompetent.
be, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just a slap on the wrist type shit.
Yeah, it would be sick
instead of
it
being
would be slick for somebody incompetent. Like for me, I don't think nobody with a sound mind or in body would actually think that, But I'm not saying it doesn't happen. But if, as a defense, you gotta try to say something. But I could see them saying, don't try to use the other charges against him. Just try to, he just fighting these charges. Like he's not fighting those other charges in that courtroom, because he can't fight them other charges in that courtroom. But you can't tell a jury or a judge not to know
Weigh that as preponderance
they
of
gonna
evidence.
find out anyway. They gonna, but especially the jury, like them people gonna do their research on the person that they, doing the little jury call shit on. So yeah, I think that they should. Well, I can't say involve it because it's two different courtrooms, but don't just act like it ain't happening. Like use it as, fuck, this type of behavior this person does. You know what I'm saying? But he can't get charged for the stuff that he did in another place in that courtroom. But the people do need to. I mean, fuck, I'm pretty sure the prosecutor gonna definitely bring it up. Even if the defense don't want it brought up, it's gonna get brought up. What you got, Peter?
I know, Peter. What's down?
So the first thing I would, especially knowing that you've already been convicted on charges like this particular set of charges once before, you would not get a bond. And then to find out that you've been doing it and selling pictures online, so you into one, video voyeurism, two, child pedophilia by voyeurism, because I think that should be a new term if it ain't a new term. Child pedophilia by voyeurism, child sex exploitation. So yeah, you shouldn't get no bond. And you right, Chop, they can't use the stuff that he got convicted for in this particular trial, but they could definitely bring it up. Unless the judge say, hey, we can't discuss what happened in a previous trial in this case. Other than that, I think the judge will let that be heard. I think the judge gonna let it be heard because I see this as a pattern. You got convicted once. You were a security guard at a mall where plenty of people bring their children or where children go.
A
Then
youth
they found out,
tennis coach as well.
huh?
Youth tennis coach as well.
Oh no. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
you definitely put yourself in positions where minors are for the sake of doing what you were doing. You know, so no, he shouldn't get a bond. And for his,
He's a
did
predator.
they say his wife or his
He's
girlfriend?
a predator. His girlfriend.
Okay, so his girlfriend involved in it too. Same thing,
Yes.
no
She
bond.
actually sells the she do the work on the line.
Oh,
Like
she
she
do the
sells the
selling
pictures
of
and
the
gets the
product.
pictures.
Oh
You could say
wow,
that.
yeah,
This
both
nigga
of
actually finds jobs, like you said. He actually finds jobs that circles
My
around
bad,
his
y'all.
profession. No, but go ahead.
so with
It's
that,
crazy
he
work.
definitely shouldn't. She shouldn't get no bond either, because like
Mm,
why would I
mm.
give you a bond? You selling the pictures. And like if they caught them two together and she got arrested as a matter of recourse of being around him and she wasn't linked to the selling of the pictures, then okay, right? But knowing that if you're around a person, that's like me with my wife. My wife knows pretty much everything I do. So there's nothing she can't say if shit come down to the come down that okay, I know where my husband at, I know what he's doing, da 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 da. But you can't tell me she didn't know what she was doing. She was selling the pictures.
Oh, for sure.
So
Yeah.
if he got
And it
convicted
was
last
and
time, he
that's the
probably
first
kept her
time
out
too.
of it.
No, look,
Right.
that's what I
If he
said.
got
Look, don't
convicted
get it.
too?
Look, the first time it happened, people, it was them two. This motherfucker,
Oh,
the repeat
cool.
come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
the
them niggas
repeat is
don't need
after.
them motherfuckers don't need no bond.
Yeah.
They don't need no bond. They're
He got
sending
caught. Look,
listen.
like you say, the pictures, they was doing the picture shit at first with him and his old lady. Come back a year later, he get caught on the fucking beach doing a video joint with these little kids out there at the beach. So he definitely has a problem, and it stemmed past the girlfriend. Like she still got her little old charge. Like they didn't catch her again doing the shit. They caught his
But they
ass
did
doing it
arrest
again.
her though.
Right. But what I'm
What's
saying
the
is
yeah,
after the
no,
fact.
just focus on
It's
the
after the
him.
fact, Pete.
Tyler.
Dude, yeah,
Tyler.
because what I'm saying is
Yeah. Because it's him.
she's not out the way, Pete, but it happened. Look, it didn't happen until they did it together, right? But then
Right.
one of them stopped and
Oh,
kept
because
going.
he went to the beach and did it. That's why the focus mainly
Nigga,
on him, because he got caught at
yes.
the beach.
Now, I mean, you could
Ah,
bring her up, but she is involved. But it's like his ass kept it going. That's why they're not mentioning her no more on this charge with going to the beach.
right.
He was by his
Mm,
goddamn self when they caught up to him because parents called in, as they said on the clip, and
right.
alerted the police that he was out there doing that shit blatantly. P. So that means people was watching his ass. He was blatantly doing the shit. So yeah, bro,
I'm glad you
it's a
Oh
said
whole
well.
it, but I'm
fluxury.
glad you showed that because mine had something to do with somebody recording. But in that, I want to say this before I show mine, and I know Silent got two more, but that is an example of when you somebody and you record them and you don't say nothing to them, basically don't approach them, just catch them doing what they're doing and let them keep doing what they're doing so you can catch them in the crime type shit or
Right.
whatever versus what I'm gonna show y'all, but we're gonna talk about that later.
Oh yeah, that's what's up, champ.
Okay.
So I'm gonna keep it moving, fellas. This one is an update on the twins in the mountains. We had a big discussion on that,
Yeah.
and we had somebody come up on the panel and discuss a few things. Shout out to him, you know what I'm saying? Because we really had a good conversation. So there's more to this story now, fellas. There's more video, more other shit, but it don't seem like it's helping figure out what happened, though, y'all. It's making and it's raising more questions that they found out. So y'all peep this out, and I won't get into a discussion after that, and it's gonna leak into my third one. So here we go, y'all.
Weeks after the mysterious deaths of twin brothers from Gwinnett County, family says they have seen new surveillance video that changes everything.
So the video shows 19-year-old Khaidir and Nazir Lewis alive just hours before their bodies were found. The GBI says a hiker discovered the twins at the top of Bell Mountain in Hiawassee, nearly 90 miles from their Lawrenceville home.
11 Alive's Cody Alcorn has been following this case very closely. He's joining us now live from the Lawrenceville gas station, where a surveillance camera captured some of the brothers' final moments. Cody?
Jennifer and Ron, the GBI originally came out believing this was a murder-suicide, but the family has never believed that. It's now been 52 days since the twins were found. And tonight, this video capturing the twins here behind me is fueling even more questions for this family.
Nothing adds up. Nothing makes sense. You know, I'm even more clueless now.
Samira Bronner and her twin sister Sabria are aunts to Khaidir and Nazir Lewis. They say the brothers appear in surveillance video at this Shell gas station in Lawrenceville on Friday night, March 7th.
At night at 10:30 p.m.
The station sits on Hurricane Shoals Road near Collins Road, just 9 minutes from the family's home.
They pretty much walked inside the gas station, walked out.
Nothing in the video appeared to stand out.
Drinking water, eating snacks, and dressed how they would normally dress.
But 12 hours later, their bodies are found on Bell Mountain, shot. The mountain is nearly 90 miles away.
They were sitting here alive at 10. So how do they end up in the mountain?
The family says the twins weren't hikers.
And it's super dark out there. They're not familiar with the roads out there.
And they shouldn't have been in Georgia. The brothers had a flight booked to Boston early that same morning.
But the Uber driver got them there late, so they missed their flight.
Their plane tickets were still in their wallets. What was meant to be a quick trip to visit friends ended with a deadly detour to a remote mountaintop.
I want to know exactly what happened to them. One thing I know for sure, that they did not do nothing to themselves.
The GBI confirming tonight the twins' vehicle was found inside the gates at Bell Mountain.
Inside the gate?
As we've previously reported, those gates are locked at dusk
Just
and not
locked.
reopened, which means they were locked until 8 a.m. And again, the
So how they
twins
got
were seen
inside the
here
gate,
at
fella?
10:30 the night before, and their bodies were found at 11 a.m. the next day.
All right, Cody, and hopefully the family gets the answers they truly deserve. Thank you.
Sure.
All right. So my first question
Like I said,
is,
fellas. No,
I heard one of the auntie that was the one that was more vocal on the mic say that the Uber that was supposed to be bringing them to the airport got them there late and they missed their flight, right?
No, he was late, so they didn't. Yeah, he was late, so they missed their flight.
Right. So why did the reporter mention about a vehicle being parked outside the gate if the twins took an Uber to the airport to go catch their flight? You see what I'm saying? Like, what car? Where's the car?
Was it their vehicle?
That's what I'm about to ask. Was it their vehicle? And if they were 9 minutes away on foot from the house, right? And the video showed them in the store buying snacks, getting water, drinking water, leaving out of the store. What outside video showed any vehicles that potentially may have been following them? You see what I'm saying? Like, why they not looking for potential vehicles that could have been following these guys? Hey guys,
Well,
you
I
need a
have to
ride?
assume there is. Yeah, I have to assume there is.
But
And the
they're not
reason why,
saying that, yeah,
just by
because they don't want,
they not.
yeah,
Come on, Pete. We talking about the news. Come on now.
right. They
But
don't
I'm
want
gonna
to
have
give
to
away the
assume that there is. Not only that, they just assholes. They want to teach. They want to tell the story how they want to tell it. And I think that's why we, had the discussions that we have about it, because people could think more logically, like you thinking about it right now. Because they're not going to tell you. They want to feed off the emotion of it. Oh, they got more
right.
answers, but we still in a loop. They was
And
over
but
here
then
at the gas station, but ain't telling you nothing about it. They're not feeling you. So that's all that is. It's just
yeah,
fluff. But that's correct. I mean, that is something that people need to think about too. Like these, what was followed, what was being going on, what was going on in the situation. That after that, because they still had their tickets in the back pocket, people. So
right.
all this just happened. Everything happened at one time.
And then the other thing is, if the gate was locked to the park or the hiking trail where they were found, and it gets locked at 8, but they were at the gas station after 9, a whole hour and something, the park was closed, and it doesn't open until what 8 the following morning. So who had access to the park to unlock the gate and do what they did to
And if
them
they
dudes?
and look, and if they do, and if they do lock the gate at 8, how the fuck it wasn't reported or known about until 11 o'clock? Remember, you said that too.
Right. That's another
Mm.
weird thing. But they say a hiker found them, which means you not when you go up that trail after unlocking that gate, because I'm quite sure there's another gate on the other side that's got to be unlocked too. So why they not talking about that? And then the car that was parked outside the gate when the people went there and found the body, who does that fucking car belong to? Because that might be a potential suspect in the case. Did you check that car for DNA, fingerprint, uh, blood, anything of that nature? Or you just gonna keep saying, oh well, this was the car that they came here in, with no proof that they were in a vehicle in the first place, because they 9 minutes from their house on foot. Why would they even bother going to a park? And then you say murder suicide, so that still doesn't make sense, considering there was no argument being had when they were last
And 90
seen at the
miles is a
gas
long
station.
way too. Yeah, 90
Right.
miles.
That's a long way to travel on foot. Now, I'm sorry. I don't know too many military people that can move 90 miles in the course of 9, 10 hour span like that. You see what I'm saying? That's a long trek uphill at that. In the top of a goddamn mountain. I don't know, man.
What you got, child?
I think it was all. I think somebody had something to do with it, dog. Like, somebody probably set them up or something. That's what it sounded like to me. Because if they was headed somewhere and they didn't get there, they was at the gas station on some regular shit. They tried to get an Uber ain't come. Regular shit or whatever. That is in Atlanta a lot or whatever. But they could have just got another Uber, but they was gonna take their car or whatever. I don't know. It's like the shit went
Mm-hmm.
that way for a reason.
Still.
or somebody made it go that way or whatever. Sound more designed than anything.
Yeah,
I
bro.
just
It
thought
it,
about
it,
something
it,
else.
it
Where's
definitely
their
parties
belongings that
involved.
was supposed to be with them when they was going to the airport? Where that shit at?
No, remember the dude did come late with the Uber, so I guess they missed their flight. So I guess, by them and they call being at that, it's like they just not wind up going on a trip basically because they missed their flight. So it's a lot with it, Pete. Like they already checked for certain stuff, like you were talking about earlier with that. But like Chop say, I think there's more parties involved, and I think that's why it's so suspicious to the family themselves, and the way they try to just shut it down to say that there's no way this could have happened no other way than murder suicide is also raising eyebrows and raising questions about it. Is making it the more they talk, the most suspicious is looking. It's, you see what I'm saying? Usually it goes the other way around. Usually you'll figure out more things the way you thinking about it, right? But as you figuring it out the way you figuring it out, it's raising even more questions. And I think that's the weirdest part about it. So when all this shit really come out, bro, it's a lot of things involved, and it is most likely the area and and everything else to do with it. What's going on in that area that people not talking about
Right.
more than anything. So I'm gonna move on to mine. Like I said, this one had to my next one and my last one, and I passed the torch to Chop. People have a problem with relating or realizing uh shit that go on in the world because they live a certain way, right? For instance, people would say that racism doesn't exist, right? Which could be objective to me by, like I said, how you was raised or where you was raised at or what's going on in your life compared to others. So when you have that type of factor, you can't say it doesn't exist because you
Good.
don't live it, and vice versa. When somebody tell you that it exists, it's because you don't live the life that he lives either. So when people speak from privilege, yeah, I take that shit with a grain of salt. Cause at the end of the day, they can tell you about their life just like you could tell them about yours. And I think that's where the miscommunication come from, understanding people, having compassion, having fucking morality in your fellow man, as we say. So we're dealing with racism. It actually does exist because there's a such thing called white supremacy. And I like to discuss this a lot because I don't think people really understand or really grasp like what the fuck that is when you encounter it. It don't always look like a Ku Klux Klan about to hang somebody and burn a cross on their lawn. It don't always look like that. It comes in different forms, shapes, fashions, and factions. So sometimes I like to get my information from the horse's mouth, fellas. You know, this guy called Jolly Ginger, Jolly Good Ginger. I don't know if y'all seen him, but he be on Instagram and shit. So he was an ex-racist, or people calling him an ex-racist, and now he's breaking down certain things that we kind of been telling motherfuckers, But some people don't want to hear it from, like I said, the person who grew up in it. So maybe if you hear it from an actual person of your color, of your stature, to break this shit down and tell you how it is. So he did like a funny little skit, fellas. Own it. I just want to bang y'all over the head with this one, and for the audience too, as well, who out there who be listening to us. Just put this into the factors, and especially you old niggas who be talking shit too. Y'all gotta chillax with that dumbass shit. Here we go, fella.
Here on the sleeve too, Actively Black. Man, what are you mad about now? I'm familiar with Actively Black. It's a black-owned sports brand, activewear, started by Lanny Smith. Yeah, but don't piss you off. Why would it piss me off? What if we had Actively White gear? We've had it. Man, what? Look, never mind. What's the point of your little tirade here? My point is I'm so sick and tired of black, black, black. This is Black History Month. Why don't we have a White History Month? I agree with you. Wait, what? I agree. Let's have a White History Month. In fact, let's start right now. Okay. We'll call it the overview. All right. Okay, in order to talk about white history, we need to go back to where the white race began, 1676.
Here we go.
You see, prior to this, white has been used as a descriptor of people, but never had been an official race. But after we colonized America and stole land from the indigenous people, the Europeans here had a problem. The poor people kept having rebellions against the rich people. So what they decided was to create the white race. This was a way to convince people that you were part of something bigger than yourself, and that the rich people weren't your enemy, but those other people were. Now, who was allowed to be white? That changed over the years. You see, for the next century and a half, chattel slavery was based primarily around race, and it started from the transatlantic slave trade. And throughout the 17th and 18th century, even into the 19th century, certain people that came over that we identify as white now were not identified as white then. For example, the Italians or the Irish initially were not considered white, but because white is a completely made-up race, they later decided Italian and Irish people are white. This idea
made up?
Indigenous people, the Europeans here had a problem. The poor people kept having rebellions against the rich people. So what they decided was to create the white race. This was a way to convince people that you were part of something bigger than yourself, and that the rich people weren't your enemy, but those other people were. Now, who was allowed to be white? That changed over the years. You see, for the next century and a half, chattel slavery was based primarily around race, and it started from the transatlantic slave trade. And throughout the 17th and 18th century, even into the 19th century, certain people that came over that we identify as white now were not identified as white then. For example, the Italians or the Irish initially were not considered white, but because white is a completely made-up race, they later decided Italian and Irish people are white. This idea is called white supremacy, where we create this mythology of a race that's superior than others races. Like, hey, poor white man, you might not be rich, but at least you're not an enslaved black man. In 1860, the idea of abolishing slavery was becoming more popular, and white people didn't like that. Abraham Lincoln, who was an abolitionist himself, became president, and the southern states here in America seceded from the Union. You've heard the story. It's called the Civil War. Now, after the Civil War ended in 1865, white people didn't just give up their white supremacy. No, they then began a series of things called Jim Crow laws. These laws were intended to target black people. Black people were found to be criminals for anything, and they held public. No, they then began a series of things called Jim Crow laws. These laws were intended to target black people. Black people were found to be criminals for anything, and they held public lynchings during the Jim Crow period. That continued until 1954, when the Supreme Court ruled in Brown versus Board of Education desegregated schooling. Of course, white people were not happy about that. There's lots of videos and photographs of it. And then in 1964, the Civil Rights Act was passed, which was supposed to provide equality across the races. Of course, white people were pissed about that. Now wait a minute. You're only talking about the bad things that white people did. What about the good things? Now slow down there, Cletus. I haven't talked about all the bad things yet. This is just the overview. We haven't even got the gentrification, redlining, legacy admissions, the war on drugs, the FBI infiltration of black liberation movements. The white race has a very long history of oppressing and marginalizing black and brown. Man, look at this. Look at this. Actively black.
Shout out to Taylor House Publications. That was the guy in the corner, Richard Taylor. That's where I got the story from the guy getting hung with the tree. He definitely be on the lot, and the situation would happen with them people met the white racist group on the bridge. He be having some great stories about a lot of this stuff that be going on around in the country, fella. So I know y'all already hip to, a lot of the stuff Ron was saying. But like I said, people like to, hear from a different perspective, right? Especially on that side. So for him to say it, how refreshing was that, fellas? And what little tidbits did y'all catch in there?
It was very refreshing to actually hear uh, it come from one of the sources of former hatred, right? Because, like you say, he's a former racist, and I don't know what it took for him to realize that the white supremacy ideology is a falsehood, right? Because the only thing that you were supreme about is the oppression of another generation or another race of people. So, I had a neighbor of mine call me a MAGA today. I say a MAGA. How you call me a MAGA? I said,
Dang.
so wait a minute. You upset because I agree with some things, but not all things that the president says? But yeah,
Uh,
you
Louis Farrakhan agree with a lot of things that the president says. So if y'all
does
so
that
called
make him a
blackity
MAGA?
black, y'all better listen to y'all listen to the minister. So don't act like y'all don't listen to the minister. Happy?
Right.
I
Don't
wish
do
I'd have had
that.
that clip too.
Now this the other thing. So before I left after speaking to him or whatever, when she went off on her MAGA tirade, I said, so you was okay with a Democratic president giving away billions of dollars to people just coming here. You was okay with a president giving billions of dollars to a country that was in a war that we shouldn't have got involved with. You was okay with a president giving billions of dollars to uh, people fleeing Iraq and Afghanistan and coming over here and buying up land by the acres. You was okay with that. But you're not okay with the president saying, hmm, we got to eliminate some of these programs that's costing people who work too much money, right? You was okay with that. So, having looked at it the way it is, man, a person that speaks the truth from the side of the fence that they were once on, I can't do nothing but give them a little bit of respect because you grew to understand that your misguided hatred was only given to you. You see what I'm saying? I think that's the best way I could say that. Your misguided hatred was given to you. Because at the end of the day, once you realize you really have nothing to be hateful of this race of people for, do you continue on with that same ignorant hatred, or do you try to say to yourself, "Damn, I hated these people, and I don't know nothing about them. I don't know nothing about my people to hate these people." Right? What did the what did black people do to me? What did any other race of people do to me to make me hate them so? Right? I think that's the big question, though. And if I'm mistaken, y'all, let me know. But I think that's the biggest question that needs to be asked of anybody in the white hatred or white supremacy spectrum. What did any race of people that you say you are supreme against do to you?
I don't think you understand the situation.
You don't think I understand the situation?
No, because
Okay, explain.
we was talking
Explain.
about how people don't understand being conquered. It's like you can't be who you was no more Because if you was who you was before, you would be more powerful than them. And that scares them. That's why I see it, and that's what my understanding of it is, because it's always the understanding of why they know, and they know what they did, and it's like you gotta definitely know that people know what they did, and I think they're more worried about the rebel. Like they said, the people just keep rebelling, keep rebelling, keep rebelling, keep rebelling. Like people gonna do that because they know y'all ain't shit. So what we scared of, like, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that's why I said I don't think you understand it in its entirety, because if you did, you would see that is the issue. The issue is the fact that at any given time,
it's not a more of a why, it's like a how if you're gonna ask anything.
Claim your whatever is yours, and they can't do nothing about it. I think that's what it is more, the fear.
And they do feed off of that. This is what helps it keep going too, exactly. Because remember, these are old tactics that Caesar did with the religions, fellas. Remember, the same type of vibe was used in changing white from a status to a race. You switched status, but you never told people that you really actually switched status. You told us this is how we got to be identified. Like you said, they started with the indigenous. He still talking about you, nigga. When he said that, but this was your name then. You wasn't, you know what I'm saying, known as colored, nigga, black. You know, like they say, this was a status thing at one time, and by changing that, you had also so-called black people that went along with white supremacy. P. That's the crazy part about this shit. You know what I'm saying? If we asking why, you know, why y'all ass went along with this shit? Y'all black ass. So everybody that's involved with this, because you remember, the more you need to uplift for people to make them believe that they're supreme, you need another group of people to believe that they're inferior, P. And you need leaders to do that, because people will follow people by what? Popularity, them being charismatic, you know, and all this other shit, you know, dressed apart, and you know what I'm saying? What Martin Luther King told you, bro. I think I led my people into a burning fucking building. You know, so these things is a fact. I passed the torch though. I appreciate y'all comments on that, y'all. And like I said, shout out to Taylor House Productions, man. He do good work, y'all. Y'all should go check him out. On you, Chop Track.
Nah, they going straight to Gadu.
That's how we learn together, fellas. We teach each other to teach.
And if he don't stop, he going on the internet. And he said he don't care. He don't care. He's gonna keep beating up this young lady. Now, me calling the police ain't gonna do nothing. Ma'am already told this young man that he going on the internet. It's a kid right here, and he don't care. He's
put the phone down and hit his ass with the Undertaker.
It's a kid right here. I hopped out of my car and told this man I got 1 million followers, and he going on the internet.
He playing victim.
He said he don't care. He's finna keep beating her up. Hold up. Look at him. No. Oh, good. I get you. Come here, baby. Come here, mamas. Come here, mamas.
Y'all please stop.
Seems like black saviorism.
I don't.
Bigger bad.
What you mean? Tell her let go of your hair. Bro, you keep smacking her. What you mean let go of his shit? No, oh his shit. No. Oh his shit. No. You see? You see? No. No. No.
No. No. No.
Stop recording.
Oh, who that dude there?
Let him go. Stop recording. Let y'all stop. Stop. Y'all see what's going on. And you pulling out a gun? Y'all pulling out some check me out. Listen to the problem, bro. Listen to me. You should have been breaking it up. No. No. I hopped out. What you recording though, man? I'm gonna tell you why. I hopped out and said, we are mean, bro.
No, you on some.
Listen, these are people. I hopped out and said, if you don't get off of her, I got $1 million posts to break it up.
Nah, you sound soft. Yeah, he put the Undertaker his
Only
ass.
to make him stop. That's what you supposed to do. You get overpowered.
Nah, you supposed to hit that nigga with the Roman Reigns.
No. What if he's strapped like you? And I'm gonna die out here? No, you not. What if he's strapped like you? So I told this nigga.
Hey, it ain't look like he was strapped around. You gotta assess the. My bad, child. You gotta assess the. You gotta assess the situation, bro. If you gonna record it,
First of all, I'm saying this. First of all, I'm
hell.
saying this. Now, both of them boys had a chance to stop it. The dude, first this nigga that's recording or whatever. I don't want to put a label on the LGBT community, but you know, men don't tie their do-rags in the front like that. So I mean,
do, but you know, they be
like
in the closet, child.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying.
No, me
I
neither.
don't know no niggas that tie their do-rag like that. A nigga will rather not wear that bitch or put a t-shirt on his head than to wear that motherfucker like that. But like I'm saying,
niggas be wearing that shit.
Dude definitely had to fucking a big window to stop the shit or whatever. He felt like him recording was more important. Like he said, like the threat
bringing
of
awareness
and a million followers was gonna make this dude stop hitting the girl or something. Now the dude that walked up, I agree with everything he did, but passing the dude up. Like he should have broke that shit up first and then went after the dude with the camera. But I do understand him going after the dude with the camera first.
Yeah, because I ain't know what he was up to by him passing it up. Right. I ain't know what he was on until he started talking, but
he is a point. He got a point. The whole time the girl getting beat up, she getting worse. Like she's physically getting worse and worse beat up. You just standing your ass there with the camera recording.
Making sure you're not look cute.
Doing? What you bringing awareness to this one dude? No, nigga, the girl getting worse and worse. Her teeth getting fucked up, her nose bleeding now, her face getting bashed in, and you got the fucking camera right there. You recorded it. You got it on camera, but she died, or she probably
you ain't even really got enough facial recognition evidence to support you saying this love failing.
You get lifetime scars and bruises and bumps from fights, though. Like it just is what it is. Like that's some shit that you might have. That's a scar or a bump or something might break that's gonna be broke for the rest of your motherfucking life. So for me, I'm not pulling my camera out first to record. Now, like you say, he got a point. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they fussing for. You know, I don't know. I don't know what made him that mad to want to hit the girl or whatever. I do know that girls do shit to niggas to make them want to hit them. I'm not making that the option, you know what I'm saying? But whatever it is, you shouldn't put your hands on a woman. I'm not saying to do that.
I hear what his sis says saying too, like about the gun situation. Man, the young niggas will shoot the shit out you. You right, bro. You know,
now that gun would have fell by now, but that's how you know he ain't from the streets.
You gotta assess the situation.
Yeah, that gun would have fell by now.
He had that bitch tucked in his waist. If you gonna record it,
man, nigga would have shot him as soon as he pulled that camera out. Think about it like that. Oh, I still got her.
Yeah, because now
he would have worried about it. That's a good point.
What you're doing is you're lying, because if you say that you worried about the young dude, now you the nigga with the footage on the young dude. So now you the nigga that the police gotta come to, or now the young nigga gotta get out the way.
That's a great point.
You, the one got the fucking
got
footage.
Evidence.
You
got the receipts,
right there, recorded it, and you didn't even get a lick in. Nah, fuck
Made
that.
sure your scope looked cute and shit.
handling my business or whatever. Because at the end of it, I could still tell a young nigga, well, look, at least you ain't on footage getting your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Or nigga breaking you up for fighting with the girl. So you might still have a rapport after, but both of you niggas was wrong or whatever. Dude was telling your ass right about just recording and not fucking doing nothing. I mean, dude should have broke that shit up. Before he went to the camera, but I do understand.
You walk straight past him to go fuck with him with the camera. Like, break that shit up first. Send the daddy on his way. Then get with the nigga with the camera. Like, bitch, you stood there this whole fucking time watching this girl get beat up.
He was wrong. He was right about his message. His message was right. He just should have went at dude and your girl first, break that up, and then take the camera from dude. Like, come on, bro, you tripping with the camera.
Being
Then the other thing, he wasn't no small ass man either. So you probably could have picked dude up, choke slammed him, ended the fight right quick, then go back the fuck out the nigga with the camera, because bitch, you standing there watching this girl get beat up.
With the toddler, yeah, that's what it looked like. Like if I would have pulled up on the scene, I would have thought he was a homosexual with just being messy.
You're not breaking no fight up. Exactly. And if he'd have had the camera, it'd just look like, he'd a gay friend with the camera recording.
And he talking
fight.
crazy. Yeah, the girl get beat up and shit. Like, I don't know if that's your boyfriend or not, nigga. Like you.
So it's like,
if
somebody
it
coming
look
up to the
crazy pulling up.
It look crazy. It does. So
and that's what I was,
I just wanted to bring this because what you could learn from this is, don't just do what the dude doing with the camera, bro. Stop the shit.
Look at grandma. Grandma ain't gonna. You wanted grandma to?
Grandma can't do nothing, dog. Like
grandma ain't gonna do nothing, man.
No, once the baby came outside, bro, like the dude was trying
he's supposed to turn around, bro.
Men, brother, like what the fuck is you doing? Like you a man, nigga.
Yeah,
like
bro.
I'm not looking. That man not looking at him and saying, he might be gay. He might not want to get his hands dirty. No, nigga, you a man. Stop the people from fighting. That's what you do. But I don't know. Look, he's just shaking his head like a hoe. Like, I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to talk about the man.
You're right, because he looked dead at the fight and shook his head, didn't look back at the camera. So he watching himself. He watching himself too, y'all. He
could have went kick dude straight in the face. This angle right here says to me, he could have went kick dude straight in the finger. Wow.
This man did that for content, bro. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, that man did that for content, bro.
Dude, like I said, that's a
I
clear
can't respect it, bro.
A dude just passing the whole fight up and going at that dude with the camera. But what I'm saying is the dude that went at dude with the camera is saying something that needs to be said. It's just the way he did it. If he'd have did it the other way around, it would have been, the message probably would have been received better. But because in the comments they tearing him up or whatever. I get it.
I believe there is. I could just imagine.
But at the end of the day,
Brandon Ball, yeah, bro.
Look, that's some real shit. Like he was right for telling the nigga something, but no, you don't approach the dude with the baby and this, that, and the third. Yeah, you do get that situation together first, but he's still out of pocket for recording that shit like that. If your whole purpose was to get the dude to stop him. That's all I'm saying. Because recording them not
once
doing
you saw,
nothing.
look, I'm about to say exactly. Once you saw recording him wasn't working, bro. That's thank you, child. I'm glad you said that. It's awareness, bro, and peeping out your surroundings, man. You come on, bro. Is you assessing him for a gun? Is you looking at his waistband and you looking at all that while he doing all this? If you saying that you was just
grabbed him by the hair and started pulling him toward the ground, you could see at that point he ain't got no gun on.
Give a fuck. When that dude told him he didn't give a fuck that he was recording around, I think that's when he should have jumped into action like motherfucking Superman in the booth. You should have changed
at
clothes,
this point right here, you could clearly see dude ain't got no strap on.
As soon as he,
there it is.
Ain't no way.
As he tangling with that's what I say. If you no fight situations, he already wrestling with the chick. You ain't got enough time to worry about your gun and the chick. You know what I'm saying? So now as a man, when you get close, now you checking those areas where you might, looking to see if you see a gun or whatever. Then you grab this little nigga, like, I mean, fuck, grab his ass. He can't get loose unless you let him loose. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying
and
that.
And then he had time to edit it too, Chop. It's crazy too. He edited it.
Exactly. I am saying that as a 200-pound person. I'm not 6'5". I'm about 6'1.5" or some shit like that. But
Nigga, you was
or
6'3".
6'2". You know what I'm saying? But I'm not no goddamn. I'm just thinking like as a man, like no, like don't get me wrong. And they got situations where, because if we'd have seen this passing up the street, what the people in the car would have said? Oh, you got to just mind your business. We don't know what's going on over there. Keep going, type shit. You know what I'm saying? At least dude got out the car to try to do something. So, yeah, I just feel like it's
At the end of the
crazy.
day, at the end of the
Everybody
day,
putting
nobody took the proactive approach and tried to break up that man and that girl from fighting.
We
You
always
know what
put
I'm saying?
on social media. We never just like I can't have a problem with you and it just be between me and you. It's like some kind of way you gotta add putting the shit on social media. Like that's what like that shit's sick. Like social media ain't got nothing to do with that shit. Like nothing at all. Like that situation right there. The old lady probably, the whoever that person is back there, the baby, him, them two right there.
Yeah, bro. It's
All
killing
of them probably
morality. I got
together.
the
Right
baby.
there, you know what I'm
He
saying?
grabbed
They
the
all
baby.
probably, had something to do with something. But no, man, like dude was not supposed to come straight to dude and tell him
He
something about the
edited
camera.
too. That's
But
what I'm saying. So
you ain't
he had
supposed to
time
be
to
your
go
ass
home
out
and
there recording like
analyze it.
that, brother. Like it just is what it
He
is.
edited it. Like he went home and edited the motherfucker too. Cause he is parts where he pressed rewind and rewind where he actually was hitting it too. That added it on for
That's
me
what I'm
too.
saying. It's look what
And
people
then he
saying. I'm
keeps
not
shaking his
jumping in
head and
shit.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like people so programmed to mind their fucking business, people not recording or dealing with the shit. They like, fuck it. I'd rather just, the shit gonna stop eventually. I've never seen somebody getting in between somebody in a relationship having a fight, even if it was a man and a woman, unless the man just or the woman just really beating the fuck out of them type shit. And it's like over them getting their ass whipped or some shit like that. Like they really just beating the fuck out of them. Most of the time, people mind their fucking business and go about their business. This nigga took the time out of his day to record that shit and everything. Got out his car to record that shit. If you got out the car, brother, you should have broke it up, dog. Like on some shit. Like I said, dude ain't no better because he shouldn't have came check you first.
If you're gonna act like you concerned, be concerned. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck I would have broke that shit up first. Then I would have told him, yeah, bro, fuck you down bad for recording that shit. You supposed to break that shit up. Then he could have came with his young nigga up. But I'm like, man, I don't want to hear that shit. Like I don't hear none of that. You don't want the dude to be hitting the girl. Stop the shit, my brother. Because recording it ain't gonna do no better. Like we just was talking about.
You know what though?
We just was talking about.
And I already told you I don't give a fuck.
We just was talking about.
Let's flip the script. What if it was him getting his ass whooped by a nigga? Right? Would you want somebody to stop that fight? Or say, bro, don't hit that LGBTQ person. You gonna go to jail. I got 1 million followers. I'm gonna put you on the internet.
The nigga said 11 days.
I hope that shit happened to him.
To catch him. How it took you 11 days to catch him, and you got eyewitness footage. Fuck is you talking about? Like that don't make no sense. So even after sitting your ass up there with eyewitness fucking footage
with the license plate. Look, with the license plate.
Still ain't gonna get nobody arrested that day. Still ain't gonna get nobody arrested that day. It's still gonna get them down the line.
That don't make no sense. Yeah, that just don't make no fucking sense.
Sometimes intervene.
Look, they got him on film filming the children. I know what you're saying too. They got him on film filming children. They bring it to your attention, and you still took 11 days to go arrest this motherfucker for something that you could have arrested that motherfucker that day for.
That you know,
like y'all don't put out bolos no more.
So, like I said, that's we basically discussed that whole thing. Now, this one is just for shits and giggles. Like this is just hilarious as hell, bro. Read the thing, P. Dot, so y'all get it right now.
I can't. I'm not on my computer, sir.
Get
Mother and daughter pregnant.
It's not a lot. It's not a lot to read.
Mother and daughter pregnant.
Same
baby
mother
daddy.
and daughter pregnant with same baby daddy, and they still. Oh yeah.
Get it through your brain. man, go ahead, get your questions out. Say whatever you gotta say now, because I'm about to play the video. I don't know. It's
Well,
a
no,
minute
you can play the
long.
video. I don't want to fit your ass and shit.
Okay, all right.
Such a beautiful thing, mother and daughter sharing the same husband and baby daddy. You know, it's such a beautiful thing.
It's not often that a mom and daughter are pregnant at the same time, let alone by the same man, but we wouldn't want things to be any other way. So when I found out that my mom was pregnant and by the same man as me, you know, honestly, it was unexpected because, again, we weren't trying at all for a baby, but I just, like, I don't think there was ever a moment in my mind
like
where, you know, I was upset about it. It was pure joy and bliss for me, like, to know that I get to carry a baby alongside the woman who birthed me. And that our baby's going to share that, you know, DNA from the same man. And, you know, he's been so supportive and sweet, and I couldn't imagine things any other way now.
I really crave the sweet and salty. And so, I mean, anything from
What the fuck that got to do with what y'all did?
to pizza drizzled with chocolate. I try to
What?
get Nick to.
What the fuck that got to do with what y'all did? You slept with your daughter old man, daughter's old man. She was pregnant. You got pregnant. Y'all both got pregnant probably at the same fucking time. Cause she probably slept with him in the morning and you slept with him that fucking night, or vice fucking versa. What the fuck does have craving sweet and goddamn salty got to do with the fact that y'all slept with the same fucking man? Nah, let's get to the root of let's get to the real confusion that's about to happen in this fucking two children's life. They're gonna have to let people know that they are sisters and great niece at the same fucking time.
Dang.
They did it in the Bible, man.
The mother slept with the daughter's husband. She is going to be carrying her daughter's sister. The daughter is carrying the granddaughter or son of the grandmother, and that is going to be either brother, sister, brother, whatever the case may be.
What if she
But
married
that's going to be the great
which
nephew.
married the dude?
The daughter is married to the dude,
Oh, okay. Goddamn.
Mm-hmm.
and they all sleep together in the same
Mama
bed.
said Mama said she's like the salted chocolate.
It ain't sound like she was trying to. She like the pizza with the drizzle on it, huh?
Yeah,
She
the
like the
drizzle on
children.
the top. You heard?
You know what I heard? When she said that, I heard
Put a
she
big
like
black baby in me, like the
she
whole
like
Shanty show.
children, chocolate children. That's what I heard. Fuck.
Yeah, put a
You
big
know,
black
pizza.
baby in me.
You want a chocolate
That's why they
baby.
be
That means a
talking.
child in certain
But
conversations.
look,
Gavin
can
Pro,
you
you know I ain't
rewind it
lying,
back a
Gavin.
little bit, Chop, where they show the daughter in that like a burgundy dress?
Bruh, I
She
still
had
don't.
like on a burgundy colored dress.
Wait, let's play it again. Let's see. Let's just hear it again.
Give me that big black
Beautiful
baby
thing, mother
gravy.
and daughter sharing the same
Pizza with
husband
the
and
drizzle.
baby daddy. You know, it's such a beautiful.
So he's the husband and the baby daddy. He even said
Mm-hmm.
baby
Right.
daddy.
He's the husband, baby daddy.
So who's the wife?
The wife
He the-
is the,
he the
the,
hubby.
the daughter.
The daughter.
He fucked his mother-in-law and about to
Yes.
have his brother-in-law or sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Beautiful thing.
Don't that sound crazy?
He the
Oh,
sister.
that's my
He
son.
gotta have a
Son-in-law.
brother-in-law
by the
daddy.
same man, but we wouldn't want things to be any other way. So when I found out that my mom was pregnant and by the same man as me,
Man, fuck,
you know, honestly, it was unexpected because, again, we weren't trying at all for a baby.
And it looked like he
but
well off.
I just,
So
Right there, pause it.
I don't think there was ever a moment in
Oh,
my
damn.
mind where, you know, I was upset about it. It was pure joy and bliss for me, like, to know that I get to carry a baby alongside.
why
the woman
wasn't
who
you
birthed
upset? So
me.
you knew your mama was
And that our
sleeping
baby's
with
gonna
your
share
husband?
that, you know, DNA from the
They don't care as long as they get the bag, man.
I know it don't
same
seem
man,
like that's what it.
and
Chop.
you know he's been so supportive
I'm
and
leaning that
sweet,
way.
and I couldn't imagine things any other way now.
I really crave the sweet and salty.
This old lady, she gonna golf with this. She gonna be dead about
No,
15.
get her
She
ass. This is blunt
dead.
talk,
She gonna
nigga.
be out of
She
here.
like the sweet and
She
salty.
ain't gonna be out of here. That man gonna be raising your dead baby. I mean, your dead ass gonna be not the baby dead. Don't forget. Your old ass baby will still be here, and you gonna be dead. That's what I was trying to say. Like,
Lord.
the fuck.
Well, you know what's kind of crazy though, Chop? She will at least live to see her child probably reach their 30th birthday.
I don't know, P. I don't know, dog.
He got $1 million
Shit happens.
policy on her alone.
He definitely got policies and shit. Oh, that nigga
Right.
look like
Think
he
about
full
it.
shot with
The
it.
reason
Yeah,
I'm
he
saying
look like
think
he's
about it like this,
financially
Anything from potato chips
educated.
dipped in ice cream to pizza drizzled with chocolate.
All right, dude. All right. Let me get you off of this.
So the reason I say that is because she probably had her daughter in her 20s because she doesn't look that very old of a woman. You can see she got a little age on her, right?
Man,
So
I just
all right,
that, I'm gonna give her a
B, who
late
gives a shit?
45,
That's
30.
her
50.
mother.
That is some
Niggas
sick
die every
shit.
day, B.
Niggas
die every day, B.
Like, this is ridiculous.
We not estimating that she's gonna be healthy and live a strong life to where she gets to see the child at 30. That's your ass with all that.
Man,
That lady could die
ain't gonna live that
tomorrow, and
long,
her
man.
ass,
She
her
gonna live to
ass
be
still
100.
gotta live with the
Fuck no,
consequences
not but
of
living like
fucking
that. She's not about to live to be no
husband.
fucking 100, nigga. The fuck?
She got chemo tomorrow. How's that?
The longer she lives, the nigga might try to fuck her again. Give another baby.
Oh,
Milf.
Nigga might dump another one in the fuck.
Yeah, she in them goddamn streets, P-Dot. Mom in them goddamn streets, man. And it seems like, you know, she's taught her daughter well.
There's nothing wrong with that girl. The daughter is killing the mom. She's definitely, I wouldn't even want to talk to mom because the daughter is, she nice.
Well,
and she's very acceptable to the shit, which makes me think she got a brain problem.
Yeah,
that she said I wasn't even mad.
I wasn't even upset.
I was in the bliss.
That's some get out shit right there.
Yeah, bro, that shit got all kind of the layers to it, chop. That shit do got some layers to it, dog. They too comfortable, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If I was him,
yeah, that's the most
they too happy
shit I ever heard in my goddamn life. I was just watching Divorce Court on fucking.
I was just watching the Sister Wives and shit.
Man, they had a friend. The mama's friend got pregnant for the mama's son. And I was like, man, this is just the world just coming to this story.
Disrespectful.
Never was here before. Like, what the fuck? I couldn't dare.
Got no boundaries.
I would never dare. My mama's friends is off limits. As fine as them motherfuckers was, our day is off limits. You can't do that. But okay. That's all I have for another news, bro. I ain't got
that. You're on the spot.
Oh, that's all right.
Pizza with the chocolate on. You like that sweet salty.
So I'm gonna play. Oh, here you go. This is my first one, y'all. Now, this is a trip back in time, right? Where they had a basic conversation with some Asian folks, probably some white folks too, but predominantly Asian. I want y'all to listen and give me y'all interpretation of what y'all hearing in this. Because I may be missing the message, but I know that there's a message in it. And the message I got says the same thing that I found out about some Asian folk I was going to school with. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to peep this out, keep an open mind, and give me y'all feedback on it.
have such a low social status that you simply can't be seen in public with them and still expect to have any respect.
Time to help them try to go get go to barber shop. That's how the American barber know he not the full-blood Chinese. They say don't cut no nigger hair. They put that way.
Civil rights movement helped the Chinese to attain certain status among the white world, more or less. Whereas we didn't have anything gained in the black world because they didn't have nothing for us to step into. Well, you know, we didn't march. Is that what you mean? Why didn't we get out and march? And well, I guess the best answer is that I'm a coward.
See, my people, you know, they think that blacks shouldn't belong with Chinese people. My people want me to marry someone of my own color so that, you know, we have our own color because of the blood. You shouldn't mix the blood up. I don't have anything against you. I don't have anything against any color. And I was raised around black people. I'm not going to turn against black people because my people told me not to. I have my own life to live.
It was considered colored, but it's considered Chinese because we only half Chinese. My father met my mother. It was right after the slaves was emancipated in the South.
I don't think that they will marry black, my children. Personally, I think that Chinese people tend to... you put me on the spot.
Spit it out.
This Chinese girl told me that she doesn't trust them. She don't like black kids. She said they don't go with her color because they think they'll steal things and they'll rob people, kidnap and all that.
Dang.
But I don't think like that. I just think like any colored people's my friends just as long as they get along with me.
All right, give me y'all thoughts right quick.
Marlon.
You go ahead, Chad. Speak on any of that.
Chop track. We know you're in the building. We're waiting on your thoughts, sir. All right, while we waiting on him to come back in the building, go ahead, Stein, and give me your thoughts.
It goes back to what I was talking about with the with my other news with the white supremacy existence, basically. You know, it goes into the misconception, you know, of people, and you have two sides to it, and for some reason white race have a problem with all races, but all other races have a problem with us as well. So it's like ganging up against black. Even Chinese say you don't mix with black. We don't have nothing to gain from them, and that's because of the look of what black is and shit like that. You know, through this ideology of white supremacy, you also have these groups that believe in it as well to get the same financial gain that whites did by them signing over to white. Because remember, like the man said, it wasn't all these races wasn't considered to be white. Like the Irish and the Italians is the two closest ones. You know, these are pale people as well. So when we look at the ideology of this system, it shows you, just looking at and listening to these Chinese people, it shows you how strong and how far stretched it actually goes in this situation. And people always remember, this is not nothing to get down on yourself about if you're black. This is something that should penetrate to the brain, and also giving you the uplift into believing that it's something about you. It's something about you where these people will lie, cheat, and steal from you and turn around and give you that same
nasty look.
treatment. It's not nasty look. No, tell you that's you basically. They lie, cheat, and steal from you, but then turn around and say you're the lie, the thief, and the cheat. And then not only that, get your own people to enforce this. That's what she is, and keeping this bullshit going. So yeah, like I said, it's deeper than rap and just you showing, the Chinese actually, and all Chinese people don't feel like that. All
Right.
Chinese people aren't from China, and you could see even some of them. You could tell they if you looking at it from a market standpoint, they can't never say that there was nothing to gain from us, because the two main things that they gain from us is entertainment and style and fashion. These things get praised over there. Even the look, a lot of these people know their history, and they know that darker colored people are people with this type of afro hair comes from Asia as well. Like I said, just to bring up the minister again, he talks about the Afro-Asiatic, and a lot of the people from America who became, Indians also, resided in these areas before the land before time. A lot of the first, I'm gonna say 3 of the first big dynasties that you know of, these names were black names. These were black names too. They had names. You're like, so when we go back and dig into the history, we could see how far the ideology of white supremacy, of black hatred, has been stretched and pulled all over the continents at this point.
All right,
yeah, the darker people getting it.
All right, well, I'll just go ahead and mosey on along then. This next video, man, it definitely plays right into our segment for the night, and this is my final in other news. The pregnancy scam. Like, this chick went so far and went on camera and admitted what she did and broke all kind of laws while doing so, right? I don't see how the court even allowed this type of shit to happen. I'm not going to spill the beans or give you too much detail. Just know I want to know how the court allowed this shit to happen when it wasn't supposed to. That's all I'm going to say. So y'all check out this next one. And it's my last end of the news, and then we're going to get into the show.
Get 40% of his paycheck. You have no idea how happy this makes me, because now I can be a stay-at-home mom, because 40% of his paycheck can support me fully financially. So what happened was, I'm a lesbian and I can't have babies the natural way, obviously. So I went the IVF route, and I went to the bank and I get pregnant, I have my baby, I'm living with my girlfriend, she's working full time, so she's supporting us financially. And then all of a sudden she decides she wants to break up, and she refuses to give me child support. She said, I don't want anything to do with this baby. I'm not on the birth certificate. I'm not legally obligated to take care of them. I'm out. And I said, well, shit, what am I going to do now? Then it occurred to me, I could sue the baby's biological father. I mean, the baby wouldn't be here without him, right? So my friend that works at the sperm bank got me my sperm donor's contact info, and I texted him and I acted like it was the wrong number. And we ended up making plans. We were texting back and forth for a while. We ended up.
So you heard what she said at that point, right? I got my
Didn't we
friend
talk about
at the
that stuff on here before?
No, I don't think we talked about this.
Yeah, we did. We did. The girl, gay, she had, yeah, I remember. All right, but go ahead.
Oh, it was something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, it
I
was
know what
something
you're talking
like
about,
that.
Chuck.
I think
Yeah, the
that was
party.
with
Yeah, it was something like that.
the adoption
The party
shit.
bitch. Yeah, remember Chop the bitch faked it like she didn't know she was still sleeping with her ex and shit. She tried to lie and all that shit.
No, I heard the story he talking about with the gay people.
Oh, okay.
I
Oh,
heard
okay.
that.
'Cause
Yeah,
we did talk about something like this too with the court shit.
yeah, I heard that shit before. Definitely did.
Okay,
But go
so
ahead. I'm not
no
saying.
one. So the first law she broke was
Yeah,
using her
D5.
friend
That's
at the
that's a
bank,
bitch, boy.
right? Using her friend at the
Connections.
S
Connections.
bank,
Mm-hmm.
to
Connections.
get the identity of the person who was supposed to
Yeah.
remain anonymous. You anonymously
So you
do
saying
that.
it's illegal? So that's illegal,
What
right?
she did was illegal. Yeah, what she did was illegal like a
No, whoever
motherfucker.
whoever gave the information did
Yeah.
something illegal, not
It's illegal for
her.
her ass too. Yeah, I'm about to
It's
say.
illegal for her because she's not supposed to know.
She not
She
supposed
worked
to
at
know,
the
but
place though.
oh no, I thought she said her people that worked there had did it.
No. I'm talking about you, Jack.
Yeah, her people that went to her people
Her
that worked
people
at
work
the S
at the
bank
bank. I'm saying
Okay.
what you
gave
saying, Jack.
her that
That
person's information.
bitch worked there. She wasn't supposed to give out no fucking information. What that
Yeah,
bitch
no.
did was illegal. Just because your friend tell you to do something, that don't mean you're supposed to do it. Nigga, go rob that bank over there. You
Right.
going to jail, not me.
Hey,
That's what we trying to tell you, P. That bitch.
Yeah, she
Just because somebody asks you for information, don't mean you have to do that. She
yeah,
used her
she
connections to
that
get her
nigga going
friend
to
to do
jail.
something
That
illegal.
friend going
But
to
And
jail.
that
that
bitch
goes into
is
what I was saying in the
diabolical though.
beginning. Like,
Friend
how
going
This
to
bitch
did
jail.
how
diabolical.
the court allowed this shit to even go through? So what? Wait till you get to the end though, and this the crazy part.
Making plans to meet
This
up.
bitch diabolical
And
though.
I hung out with him for
Wait,
a
can
few
I say
months,
something
befriended
before you
him.
finish? Hold on, let me say something right quick before you finish it. The motherfucker actually thought it was a good idea to sue the daddy, y'all. This is the mental capacity I be talking about, y'all. This the shit I be talking about. Her thoughts were, you know what? That's a good idea. That's diabolical, fellas. You not even worrying about nobody or nothing else in this moment. What can I do so I wouldn't have to pay or go get a job or none of this shit? Because obviously her fucking girlfriend even broke up with her because of her same bullshit she doing right now, y'all. Hey girl, say
Fuck
I'm
that.
out. Peace.
I'm mad. No, that's the bitch
You
that need to
crazy
get.
bitch.
No, that's the one that need to get checked because how the fuck you go from this bitch to so it's okay for this one to just see I don't want to fuck with you no more after y'all that made the plan to have this baby and all this shit. It's okay for her to say I don't want to
But
talk to
Chop,
you no
listen, they
more,
both
and then
women.
I
They
go
both
I don't.
women.
Yeah,
It's
but
logical to them.
no,
It's logical to them.
no.
Look, she doing the same shit to the man. That's what I'm trying to tell you, son. She doing the same shit to the man. The man don't even know these hoes. He just put his juice. The bitch went look for. They think that shit is logical. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The same shit that we got acquitted for. The same shit we get. That's what I'm trying. Look, Chop, we get. Oh yeah, most definitely. I would have definitely with your boy. I'm talking about the.
You know he
as far as
probably did.
with the girlfriend that bailed on her. Look, the girlfriend who bailed on her. Remember, we get the charge for being deadbeat fathers and shit, dog. Remember this.
Yeah.
We get the charge for not being there and all this shit here. But look, this dyke bitch let the bitch bonk out, Chop. She let
That's what I'm saying. Like she let her
we don't
the
get that. We don't get that
no,
privilege, bro. And I'm not
no.
gonna hate on her because of that. I'm telling you that this bitch
I
crazy
know
as a motherfucker.
stepdaddies that they don't even talk to the mama no more. Still take care of the children.
The motherfuckers crazy, son. Their logic is old,
See,
bro.
no.
It's
You
just
know what we
straight
learned?
emotion.
But you know what we learned
Straight
today?
emotion.
We learned today We learned today that the fucking gay people don't want to assume them roles fully. They
And
just
they don't know what
want
the fuck they doing.
they
Yeah, they don't
just
know what the
want
fuck they
half of that
doing.
role. They don't want the whole role. Gay
Mm-hmm.
man sees a
Yeah, they
fight,
want the
he gonna
credit.
record.
There it is. I'm gonna check and see if
He
my
gonna
knot right
record.
on
You
my
know what I'm
scope.
saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna check my knot and shit. That's the
gay
man. It's
woman
so
decides she
emotional,
don't
bro.
want to have a family no more. She can just go. You know what I'm
She just
saying?
bunk out,
That's
She
and
the
her
can
shit.
get the
girlfriend
fuck.
No
and her
bad
girlfriend
mouth or
sues the
nothing.
sperm.
No.
Get the sperm donor
How
to get
you give
on
them all
child
the
support.
privileges but none of the motherfucking punishments? Like that,
None of the
no.
charges, though.
No, we
Nobody don't
can't
want
do
to take
that.
that charge, right?
Can't do that. We're
It's
not
so
doing
true.
that.
Facts.
How you give them all the fucking privileges of being a man, but you can't face none of the hardships. None of
Nigga say, well, they did say y'all was deadbeat, so I'm about to beat dead. Fuck, I guess.
them. Man, that's crazy.
Them hoes be walking out, chop, and they don't say nothing because they feel played now. Because remember, their whole premise was it's the man doing it. It's the man doing it. It's the man doing it. So now you got a old lady that's doing you the same shit you was accusing the man of. You got to be quiet now because that's one thing. They don't want to look stupid, bro. They don't want to look like they was wrong.
Yeah,
That
that's
shit is
crazy.
so hard, bro. I'm telling you, they'll kill you, nigga.
I think she
They'll go
lying
look for your
anyway,
sperm.
because I think at the end she gonna say that they got the damn daddy to take care of the baby or got him on child support. That's a
This is
fucking lie.
crazy
And
work.
if he did let that happen, he's stupid. Ain't no fucking way. But go ahead, P.
Sue the glasses off that bitch.
Oh, I'm talking about what?
And then I got a DNA sample off of his cup one day, like swabbed it for his saliva.
I remember. Oh, this the part you
So
probably
they
missed
met up.
too.
She met up with the
Yeah,
nigga.
she said she
No, I
befriended him.
seen it.
She befriended him, right? And they
Oh,
hung
so she
out
using
for a couple
deception.
of months.
She's using deception, chap. Look, she think all this is logical.
Exactly.
She think
That's
all
what I'm
this
saying.
is
I don't understand how the court let
what I'm
none of that
supposed to
shit
do.
slide.
Damn. That's... Go
You
ahead,
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, go
She
ahead. You good? I
befriended
heard.
him, hung out for a couple of months with him, and while they were out hanging out, she
That's
swabbed his
insane.
cup. What is that? That's theft. You already paid for the S from the S bank and got yourself pregnant with it. Now you stealing my DNA off a cup while we hanging out.
Yeah, I mean, she went too far once she got the information. Once she said she got the information, that's too far right there.
Logic should have set in and said, you know what? I should not do this because this is not right.
But why would she say that if she's part of the group of people that just like
Exactly.
to
She
get
don't
away
believe
with
that shit,
anything?
B. She
She's
trust me,
part of
B.
a group
Trust
of
me, we
people
At,
that
past it.
at some point, you would think that people moral compass would kick
No.
in, but apparently
They
not.
proving you wrong every day, homie. Exactly. They proving your ass wrong every day, homie. You keep coming up with
Shit.
this care bear scenarios for the bullshit that a lot of these people be doing, bro. They're not thinking that way. Logic should have told her that, but she don't think logically. P. Remember that, dog.
Live a whole
This
illogical
is
lifestyle.
look. I'm talking about made a
Pac
whole
would have said that
plan.
shit. That is illogical.
She had a whole plan together. A whole plan.
That is illogical.
Dang.
I sent it in and made sure that
Logic
he
till you go get a
actually
fucking
was the
job.
biological father of my child, and he was. So I took him to court to get child support, and they granted me 40% of his paycheck. I successfully donor, and now
So they granted her 40% of his paycheck. Oh
Yeah,
shit!
there it is,
I know
child.
what that chop.
They even granted
I
her
know which one you
40%.
talking about. I know which one you talking about too. I remember it now. That's the one where the hotel maid used one of them dudes used condom out the garbage can to get herself pregnant, and the court awarded her child support.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The one I'm talking about, the dyke did the same thing. She left and they won't be with her no more, so she went to. I heard the story, nigga. Just keep going.
Well, that's it for the end of the news portion. So we about to. But I'm saying that's another example of the court falling short on what they're supposed to be doing. Cause ain't no way you gonna sit here and tell me you went in the garbage can, got the condom a nigga used from the night before, flipped that bad boy inside out and stuck it inside your cooch just to get yourself pregnant because you knew you were dealing with an artist. And the person told you that they didn't want nothing, they didn't want no children. How you why?
Yeah, that bit
Listen,
crazy than a road. That's
that man did the responsible thing. He did not want children. He used a condom to prevent such things from happening, right? And then you still gonna turn around and make this man pay child support for somebody who did what she did? Hey, you went in the garbage and got that garbage pail, baby. So guess what? That's all on you, mama. That's all
also
on
it's a
you.
weapon.
You went in the garbage. You took a used condom and flipped that bad boy inside out your cooch and laid up there and got yourself pregnant. So guess what? That's your baby. I'm not making. I would not have made him pay child support, especially once I find out that that's what you did. Same thing with this little chick. I'm not about to make this man pay you no child support. First of all, you never was supposed to know who he was
And that's a part of
ever.
the scam as well that we're not discussing too. How the judges and the lawyers and the people and the prosecutor, not the, the public prosecutors and all these motherfuckers pulling these cases and saying that this is okay. That's a part of the scam too. You know,
Yeah.
they are a part of that. So and because they keep remember they like you just said, P. They're giving these women benefits off of bringing these dudes down here, and whichever one they pick, they pick them however the fuck they do it. But you could tell just by looking at a lot of the different cases, a lot of that shit don't be fair. Even with how much money is owed, some of them do be fair too. So this is how they balance it, where they get over on people. Just have the lower standard of what's acceptable and what's not, and it's working to perfection, bro. Like certain states are changing some of this stuff up, but it's been a long time coming with that shit, man. Child support is uh definitely a part of the scam, bro.
Hmm. Nah,
It's not regulated fairly.
hell no. And another thing is it's a question that came up a while back, and I think this question been posed a long time. It's just that people really start to talk about it. Should women who falsely accuse one man of being a father of a child that is not his be put in jail, right? Because that's like saying you was raped, right? You the baby daddy, but that man not the daddy. Isn't that the equivalent of saying, hey, he raped me and I got pregnant, but we still together? It sounds crazy, but that's the equivalent of it because you basically lying on this fucking man, knowing damn well right he ain't the daddy. Or should we say, falsifying evidence for a better choice of it. But I digress. So, let's go ahead and get into the segment. All right, my first video, y'all. This one is gonna be kind of interesting because of how it happened. So I really need y'all to pay close attention to this one because this one is a good one. I think I got the right one lined up. So check this one out.
Story we brought you last month. A Georgia official accused of faking multiple pregnancies to get out of work pleaded
Oh
guilty
wait,
to
wrong
identity
one, wrong one. That's the wrong one. My bad. That's my bad. That's the wrong one.
fraud.
That's the second one. This the first. Let me get that first one.
Get a break from your job. Authorities are now investigating fraud claims alleging a former Georgia official faked at least 2 pregnancies to get
Now,
some
mind you, they didn't want to say her name at
John
first,
Sherrick
y'all.
walks us through the indictment that shows how the alleged scheme fell apart.
State investigators describe an elaborate scheme by a 43-year-old supervisor at an agency of state government to fake at least 2 pregnancies in the past couple of years. One motive, possibly to get weeks of paid maternity leave. But investigators say it was a scheme that was far from foolproof. For example, according to state investigators, in October 2020, the woman announced to her supervisor she was pregnant, and the following May, she said she had given birth at Piedmont Hospital in Atlanta. Investigators now say the woman made up the name of the baby and the father and sent a letter to her supervisors from the fake fathers saying that the woman needed rest and needed about 7 weeks of paid maternity leave. But her story was already falling apart, literally. Investigators say that during the woman's supposed pregnancy, one of her co-workers discovered that the woman was wearing a fake pregnant stomach and she saw it accidentally fall away and reported what she'd seen. And following the supposed birth, co-workers noticed that the woman was showing them various photos of her baby that were not, apparently, photos of the same baby. The state inspector general ultimately looked up state birth records and found no evidence that the woman had given birth either time. They say she quit after they confronted her with the evidence. She's now facing years in prison. We're working to reach her and find out if she's hired an attorney for comment. John Sherrick, 11 Alive News.
Nah, ain't that shameful, right? That's
Funky
shameful,
Cold
right?
Medina.
Now
Crazy
here's
work.
the follow-up. Now here's the follow-up to that tells y'all who she was.
Story we brought you last month. A Georgia official accused of faking multiple pregnancies to get out of work pleaded guilty to identity fraud and making false
Georgia
statements.
girl.
Robin Folsom was the director of external affairs for the Georgia Vocational Rehabilitation Agency. State officials say she requested and was granted maternity leave for children who didn't exist in May of 2021. Investigators say she also created a fake identity for the father of her children and falsely said he was real. She resigned in October of last year. A judge sentenced Folsom to 5 years probation, and she must pay more than $12,000 in restitution to the state.
They go to the extreme. And all that was just to get some time off from work. You mean to tell me you ain't had no PTO time, Sam, though? No holiday pay? No personal days, none of that?
That bitch ain't had a sick day or nothing, P. She was hit.
Ain't no way. Then you wait. Wasn't she the head of one of them offices? The head person in one of the offices. So why you're like, you don't even have to go to work. Some of them days you don't even excuse me. Some of them days you don't even have to be in the office.
That bitch.
Like you on salary. You only really need to show up when it's something important that need to be done at the office. All the other shit being handled by the people that work under you. How the
She
fuck?
had to thought that was like nothing. Like it's just nothing. I'm just gonna
No,
do this because
that
I'm a
bitch had to
woman.
really say, I really just don't want to go to work for the next 7 weeks.
I'm telling you,
What
bro.
way
Like
can I
we
get
go,
out of it?
bro. You get these old for blue balls and shit, man. What if we could keep saying we got blue balls and all that, man? Them people would be like, man, get the fuck on out of here, man. We'll find somebody else.
Right.
But pregnancy is more serious if you think about it, right? Like it's a life you carrying and all that. This is the responsibility women have when they use this as if it's just nothing.
A crutch.
Like it's just it's not a crutch. Like it's you
It's
have
not a crutch, but
responsibility that
don't.
you're not taking heed
No, I'm
to
not
how
saying it like
serious it
that.
is.
I'm
They
not
not
saying it
taking
like
it
that,
how
but
serious
don't
it
go
is.
using the excuse that you pregnant just to get out
Right.
of work when you know fucking
That's what
well
I'm
right
saying.
you
But the
ain't
pregnancy,
pregnant.
yeah, it's
You know,
it's
you
how
trying to
severe and how listen. It's how severe and serious that pregnancy actually is, P. It's the
right.
concept of actually having a baby. Remember, they always preach to you, you're 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot out when you're having a baby, P. So this
That
is
is
what I'm
true.
saying. And women is taking that for granted that if it's just something that you could just lie about like a fucking cold or a flu. The concept of what's happening when you're pregnant is getting lost. Is life is getting thrown to the side like it's nothing. Look at the suicide
Uh-huh.
rate and what's going on, bruh. That's all I'm speaking on. Just that part of it. She must have thought, like I'm saying. You feel me? It's nothing to her to just like a pregnancy is it's not as serious
Nothing.
as I just said it to her. It's just, yeah, I could just lie about it like I got a flu. That's what I'm saying. Like it's weird to me, dog. Like how, a lot of women do that shit. Like certain things that's supposed to be taken as sacred and shit. It is what
Shit
it
that's
is. It
supposed
ain't
to be
ain't
secret
nothing
ain't
to it.
secret
It
no more.
don't matter.
Yeah.
It don't matter, like type shit. It ain't nothing. It's just a little white lie. But
Hey,
okay,
who is
but
it
you're
gonna
dealing with a
hurt?
job in a company, like so
Right.
you got to hold a
Wait, if
responsibility
you
when you're
work for
doing
a
that shit,
government agency and you
especially in the
lied about
government.
that,
I was about to say,
imagine what
especially
the
a
fuck
government
else you done
agency,
lied
you
about.
getting all the benefits. Like Chad said, you getting all the benefits from it, but your ass won't follow the fucking repercussions when it come down because you want to lie about pregnancy. People probably was getting your ass gifts and every fucking thing. Who knows, Pete? That's what I'm saying, bro. It's all kind of shit.
Right. Getting ready to have a baby shower, plotting on starting the pool for the date the baby's supposed to be born and all that shit. Yeah. People go to the extreme to celebrate you being a mother and having a child. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
right. That's right. And some
look
people
at what
look
you
at
done
that as
did.
a come up. People look at that
Right.
as a come up. There you go. Whether it's
So
time off
so
or
here's
whether
the
it's money,
fucked
whether
up thing
it's
about that
presents.
whole
But
scenario. Now the
yeah,
next person that really get pregnant in the office gotta go through all kind of fucking hoops and ladders, right? Just because your goofy ass decided to lie about it just so you can have some maternity fucking leave. Like, come on, man. All
yeah, she
that you
wanted to
could
go
have
on a
went to the
vacation or something, Pete. I'm telling you, that
right.
bitch wanted to go on a vacation and shit. She ain't fooling nobody. She
Bro,
wanted to
people
be at
please.
home laid up.
Alright, so oh shit. Hold up. Here go the next one, y'all.
An Ontario woman who pleaded guilty to faking pregnancies and defrauding doulas is being sentenced today. 25-year-old Caitlin Braun was arrested last March. She faced 52 charges.
What I need somebody in the comments. Please explain to me what a doula is. I
The
understand,
lady
like,
who
is
have
that,
the baby at the house.
huh?
When you have home pregnancies, I'm just breaking it down for common folk. Just the lady who have the baby at the house, basically.
Oh, so like the nursemaids
When you,
and shit.
yeah, that's a doula.
Ah, all right, because she kept saying it. I'm like,
She
what the
sit
fuck is a
there.
doula?
Yeah, she sit
I'm
there
thinking
with
she
you,
talking
and
about like,
you have the baby.
okay,
Yeah, you have the baby at the house. They put the pool out and all that type of stuff. P at the house. If you don't want to go to the hospital and do the whole process like
oh,
that, you get
and
your
so over
you
here
get
they
your
call
doula.
them wet nurses. Like they call
It
them
could be
wet nurses
considered
over
that
here.
too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He say over here. No, everywhere, P. That's doula is just the older word of wet nurse, P. Just the same shit. Doula go way back. Basically, it's
Uh,
just yeah, it has a history to it, like that word.
it's
I'm
one of
not
those
sure if it's
species.
African or something like that. Like
Okay.
you hear a lot of Pan
I'm
Africans
gonna
and
let it
shit
play.
say doulas and stuff like that too. When people talk about home birth, they talk about doulas
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
All right.
charges and pleaded guilty to 21. The CBC's Megan
Spanish
Fitzpatrick
as well.
has more on this case and what's happened in the courtroom so far.
From what we know of it, Arthi, these alleged offenses, some of them are still alleged because she was not found guilty on some of the charges or convicted of them. This all started in 2022 and carried on for several months before she was arrested. She would apparently contact doulas in the southwestern Ontario area, but potentially beyond that part of the province as well. Contact them over social media, ask for their assistance and their support for pregnancy loss, as well as stillborn labor, and in some cases, actual labor that she ended up faking. In some cases, the support was offered over the phone. In some cases, it was in person. The doulas would go to Caitlin Braun's home for days at a time, and she would tell these doulas that she had become pregnant as a result of sexual assault. These doulas felt sympathetic for her, compassion for her. She had told them she had no support from friends or family, and so in some cases they offered their services for free.
And money?
Now there are different
Services
stories
of
with the
what,
different
though?
doulas in terms of what
So they
played
just sitting in
out.
there taking care of her
But
at that point.
eventually, some of these stories sort of fell apart,
Off of the
and the
money.
circumstances were so suspicious that the doulas
Oh,
started
look.
warning each other in the community about a woman that was faking being pregnant. Some reported it to police, Arthi, and they did begin investigating, leading to her arrest in March of
She a weirdo,
2023.
P-Dot,
They
look.
did lay 52 charges, a range of offenses, including sexual assault. In some instances, she allegedly coerced some of the doulas into giving her massages. She also was
told you,
charged
look,
with
she won't-
harassment
yeah.
and fraud charges as well.
She a
In
weirdo.
December, she pleaded guilty to some of them, not the sexual assault charges, but she did plead guilty to some of the other charges. It is expected today in court that the Crown will drop the 31 charges that she did not enter a plea for. So today, she is in court as part of the sentencing hearing for the 21 charges that she did plead guilty to.
And now,
Dee Dee,
Megan,
that
what have we
whole-
heard
that whole
from
fool,
Braun herself? Or
So 52 total charges, 31 of them. The court, they expected the court to drop them because she didn't plead guilty to those. But she pled guilty to 21 of them.
You know how
Nigga,
weird that is, bruh.
ain't no
You
dropping no fucking
calling
charges.
doulas. You calling people to come over there to come take care of you as if you were pregnant. Because remember, the people are giving up free services because she's saying she's been a rape victim and shit.
Right,
So
right.
she's using that whole niche so she can have somebody to sit there and talk to and take care of her like a little fucking child. Like,
Also,
she's a fucking weirdo.
Look, also, she's asking them for money to pay for birth, right? With no proof of a baby, right? Where's the baby you had that you where the baby at, right? Labor charges, meaning you had to pay for the hospital, the labor services and all that stuff. Still, where's the baby? What the other one was? Miscarriages and or stillbirth. Because you know certain agencies they help you pay for the birth of a stillborn child and the burial of a stillborn child. So she was using every single trick that she could use within the doula community to swindle these people out of their time, their money. Because remember, she got sexual assault charges on her for asking the people to give her massages. Now, what kind of massage? I don't know.
In them weird areas, in them sensitive areas.
Yeah,
for a
that's what
pregnant
I'm
woman.
saying.
Yeah, she
They
want them
had to be
sensitive
in
areas
very
touched.
private places in order for them to say they gotta hit
Look
you
at
with
him.
sexual assault charges. Because
You
when
know
they
what it
say
is. You
sexual
just trying to
assault,
be nice and shit. You know, a little
yeah,
a fat
no,
freak
no,
ass sitting
really,
there talking
because
shit.
they,
Like I said, she end up
I'm sitting
talking
up there
shit,
like,
and if they
so
gonna give her
wait,
some money and
a
shit,
foot
she'll take the
massage,
little money
shoulder
and shit.
massage, like, Bitch, you had
She
the
in that
people
one
massaging
company.
your breast, your ass, your thighs.
Okay.
Like you had them people
She a
doing
user.
all that.
She's a user. She's a
Ooh,
user, bro.
boy.
She gluttonous.
She looked
We
like
kept calling
gluttony.
motherfucker too. People exactly. She look like the sloth. This shit crazy, man. Or the blob. This shit. Bro, if you think about it like this, bro. Think about it like this too. And not saying that you're wrong by saying it how I'm saying it. If we look at her for what she's doing, bro, she actually called other ones up. Now, when these people figured out, just putting two and two together, just being around her and asking certain questions, not just letting her talk, and just peeping out certain things. A lot of these people are professionals, P. So they know when your ass is pregnant or not. So they're
Right.
not gonna just assume offhand. A lot of them, and that's if you find certain medullas. Probably, and a lot of them probably was white too. And I'm just gonna put
Right.
that on the scene,
Sympathetic.
just because
Sympathizing.
y'all are a little. I was about to say, thank you. Y'all a little more gullible when it comes to, you know, y'all screaming that y'all been rape victims and shit, and going
Assault
with that
victim.
angle. You're opening up your wallet, your heart, and everything else instead of asking questions first. Now, a lot of times you get hit for that, and this lady got over 52 of them motherfuckers. Or 30. She took 21 of them. She was like, I don't know
She
about
took
all that other
21
shit.
out of the
I
52.
think she lied. I just told her to rub my stomach. I don't know how she did that shit. Well, the lawyers, I guess, you know how they do.
But look,
Uh,
look, even with that, you didn't try to stop her
she
from
just,
going
she
into your
just, she just
private
fucking
area.
killed me.
That's what I'm saying.
Hell
I
nah.
can't see the court
Had her
saying,
shaving
man,
her fat
because
ass and
only
everything.
because you decided to plead guilty to the 21 charges,
He was a
we're
big
gonna go ahead and
nasty.
drop the other 31. No, fuck no.
Hey, you was a big nasty. And you get on
I
that phone
cannot
too and be
see.
scamming and shit and get all of the shit right to scam me and shit. Man, that's crazy work,
She
P.
probably had them
Right there in
people
your
working
face.
round the clock, dog. She probably sat there and made up a
That's
schedule
what I'm
and
saying.
had a schedule set for,
Sit their ass,
okay,
fat
I
ass there
need
and
this
watch
doula
TV
to
and
come
shit.
between this time and this time. I need this doula to come between this time and this time. I'm gonna give myself a 1 hour gap in between each doula that's gonna come here
You know
and
how
work with me and do all
Oh,
this
you
shit.
thought she was working more than one at one time? You think she was working
Yo,
more?
she
Okay.
was working
I
more
ain't
than one
think of
at
it
one
like that.
time. That's why they. Cause look, remember they said word started getting around in the doula community that she was
Yeah,
faking because of the
right.
shit she was doing.
So,
So she had more
but
than
that's what I'm
one
saying. I didn't hear him
coming.
do it one. I ain't hear him do it more than once. That's what I'm saying. Like if I thought she was using
Yeah.
one, and there was no. Listen to me. I thought they was finding out through the community that she was doing it because remember, like I'm
Oh, one
saying, a
person.
lot of them probably caught on. A lot of them probably caught on to what she was doing and dipped on her ass too, and was telling people, "Look, y'all look out for her. She fishy." I didn't think about it like you saying. Like she's using, one
More than
letting
one.
one come at 3 o'clock and let the other one come at
Yeah, she
7.
had
I
a
mean, that would
second.
be pretty hard, but I don't know, P. She's still weird as a motherfucker. I ain't gonna cancel it out,
Like,
but
hey,
she
look,
a
like you
weirdo.
said with
She
your
she
girl,
she a little
that's
too
fucking
lazy.
diabolical, right? She
She
she had
she
a
look lazy though.
diabolical plan, and the
She'll
shit
rather
went to
have
work.
somebody stay a little longer. Yeah, she'll have somebody stay a little. To me, she'll probably have somebody stay longer than trying to rush one out so the other one could come in. I don't know, bro. She
Would
she
you
look like
wait?
once it's
Chop you
working, it's
off?
working. I'm gonna hook the fish.
I'm in the
I'm gonna hook
damn
this fish.
truck. I gotta put my seatbelt on. But yeah,
Oh, all right. Did you hear any of that?
I heard all of it. I just um I didn't want to
Couldn't.
respond while it was loud in the background. But
Oh, all right.
it's just I mean what I'm saying is I just seen a lady get away with the 911 call shit. I know y'all just seen that. The chick with the
No,
jail for the 911 call shit. She was
no.
people was dying and all type of shit. It was like over 100 and something calls, I think in Houston or
Yeah, I
something.
did see that. I've seen that one.
Or
I know what you're
whatever.
talking
But she they only gave that bitch 10 days. So I'm like, so what I'm really listening for is how much time they about to get this bitch. Cause
Right.
it's a bunch of charges. It's almost like it should be like on some RICO type shit, right? Because that's what they do us so-called black men when they building a case. You know, the more
Right.
charges, now you got a RICO. So this bitch should be on a RICO, huh?
Well, this is in
I
Southwest
wouldn't give a
Ontario,
fuck if it
Canada.
was in Normandy, nigga. She should be on a
Well,
RICO
she's
because
eligible for RICO. She's
she got
definitely eligible
several
for RICO.
charges. Is what I'm saying. So it's like, fuck is we doing? Like, what is they gonna do? That's why I'm listening, and it just sound like you said, and she wasn't just doing it to. She went all the way through to where now you got doulas, people, medical professionals, like that's all type of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's big
Yeah, bro.
charges. It's not no little charges. It ain't no
Big freaky, fat, nasty.
it ain't no 10-day
Free
shit like your
massages
girl
and
got. You
shit.
know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to see where the real fucking what they gonna do.
Consequences gonna come in. Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
because
This shit crazy.
this shit here crazy as hell, and I keep
Ontario,
hearing
tighten
it
your fucking
or
game
whatever.
up.
Now, what I will
Way
say
out there.
too is we could skip it's the skit shit because it's on the news. You know what I'm saying? The news not gonna report nothing that ain't actually happened. So we can't even use that ideology and say, oh well, it
And
might
say
be
allegedly.
a skit. Like fuck these bitches. They at least allegedly try to put what's out there. But yeah.
Yeah, they play sometime, but y'all right in this sense. Like this is just this
Yeah,
straight
they
off the
not gonna
streets.
say all that shit in this. You know what I'm saying? Fuck.
Yeah,
Them
they
bitches
got her
still
ass. She
got a
definitely in
name a
prison.
reputation to withhold. Fuck. Like, them bitches ain't that
She's
stupid.
definitely in prison.
Fuck. Lock this whole up. Like, I'm trying to. All right, but I did hear everything, P. I just my background. I ain't gonna.
Yeah, because right now we at the point where they talk about her sentencing trial. So I'm gonna have to go back and dig for the update on that when we come back. When it come back around to an update. That way, we'll be able to see because this, like you see, she had been doing that shit since 2022. So that bitch been doing that shit in a minute. But let me go ahead and finish this one out.
The victims, if anything.
We've not heard anything from Braun herself other than when she pleaded guilty in court in December. As for the victims, we are hearing from them right now in court. As part of the sentencing hearing, they have the opportunity to deliver victim impact statements. And so they are telling the court what impact these offenses had on them. And they're talking about the trauma that they experienced at the hands of Caitlin Braun. Some of them saying they are fearful. And now when they try and get new clients, they have trust issues. They are afraid this will happen to them again. Some of them talking about the financial impact this had on them, the money that they lost. In some cases, Caitlin Braun was supposed to pay them and never did. And in other cases, they offered to work for free under false pretenses, it turned out. And some saying in court, Arthi, that she spoke directly, one of the victims, to Caitlin Braun, saying to her that her actions made a mockery of people who really do experience pregnancy loss and stillborn labor. And she told Caitlin Braun it's because of people like you that real victims of sexual assault are sometimes afraid to come forward for fear of not being believed. Some of the doulas who are speaking in court right now saying that the trauma has physical effects effects on them as well, that they are stressed, have anxiety, depression, trouble sleeping. So a range of impacts here they're saying these offenses had on them and on their families in a range of ways.
Because you trying to do your fucking job, it ain't nothing wrong with the bitch.
Not clear if we will get an actual sentence directly from
How
the
you
judge
fake
in this
not
case
being
today,
pregnant
or
and
if
still
that will
getting
take
away?
another
You know how that shit
crazy.
you know how that shit used to stress the nigga out when the nigga couldn't get the floor right and they had to come back and do that shit or something. That's basically like, you know, like with anybody's job, like when you care about your job enough, you definitely gonna take that shit home. And you gonna tell your husband or your cousin or your partner, man, I was trying to do that, man, I couldn't get that shit. But I can't wait till I go back to work so I can see if I could get that shit right, man. Like, you know, some people just like to get shit accomplished like that. You know what I'm saying? So I do
Taking
understand
pride
that.
in
Then
your work.
as a medical professional, you have to understand too, well, no, just as a professional period. Certain stuff is it's the answer. You know what I'm saying? For certain shit. Ain't no this, ain't no that, ain't no this, ain't no that. Either you're pregnant or you're not. You know what I'm saying? Certain shit, just the certain answers for certain shit, especially in the medical field or whatever. That's just like now I could tell you that medical field has learned from their mistakes because now they don't even tell you to give cold medicine to children. Even though they make cold medicine in the store right now for children, 2 years old to fucking 6, I think it is, or some shit like that. But the doctors tell you straight up, don't give your children that medicine. You gotta let their immune system fight it. If you never give them fucking a chance immune system to get stronger, you just
It's
gonna
not gonna get
always have to
stronger.
be, and they gonna never get stronger, and they gonna stay sickly or whatever. Because all you did was give them shit to get the
You don't
sickness
fill
to
up.
go away versus on a temporary fix versus doing it right. But like I'm only saying that as a medical professional, just thinking I done found the solution to something, and the whole time this bitch not even what it was. That's like treating
All it is a suppression.
AIDS and it's cancer or some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it is, and it's definitely depressing. Fuck. Like I said, I got a mama used to work in the medical field, and when she used to lose a patient, meaning, you know, somebody that light used to come on or whatever it was, there's a certain light or something they used to play every time somebody died or whatever. Like every time we could be downstairs in the motherfucking cafeteria getting lunch, that fucking light come on, bitch. Everybody in there just like, fuck.
They lose energy.
You
Yeah,
know
they
what I'm
lose energy.
saying? Somebody like, so that shit is stressor, you know, and I'm trying to switch it to other jobs too, you know, because like I say, fuck, niggas might pride themselves on these fucking burger making skills, and niggas was from fucking 7 o'clock to 12. The nigga that was in there making them waffles was knocking them bitches out, you hear me? But it just is what it is. For people that don't understand, fuck, I'm trying to dumb it down as I if I could, but it just is what it is, bro. People take their job serious or anything that they doing. People take that shit serious. So for the motherfuckers that don't understand why they took it home or why their family probably was involved and all that shit, that's why. Because some people take their job that
Yeah,
serious
I
to
want to make
say,
a point with that too, Chad. What you saying that? I want to
go
make a
ahead.
little point with that, bro. Because just like you said, taking a job home and stuff like that. Remember, the bitch was lying about stillbirths as well too. So
Right.
she wasn't just lying about pregnancy. She was also using her not being
Miscarriages,
pregnant
stillbirth,
to get these
all that
people
shit.
to have sympathy for her around her to get, you know, whatever she was getting out of them, whether that was, you know, like they say, free labor or a little money here and there. And it's crazy because, like you say, people automatically get that emotion involved with it, and they go home and they tell their people, or they think about little things that they could get for her, and you know, just stuff like that. It affects people, and I don't think, you know, people like her give a fuck. It's about my next come up, whatever that is. with her big nasty weird ass. And you want company. I want a little massage here and there. Oh, stillbirths and shit.
You
You
could have
was
went and did a
assaulted.
rent or some shit
You
like
was
that.
assaulted, bitch. How many black people then they say then got killed or some shit then got kicked off with it and killed the whole goddamn town because some white bitch said a nigga raped her.
Yeah,
And
that lie
this
shit go
bitch doing
fuck.
it with the government.
That shit go fuck, dog. Like that ain't just no something a nigga saying. Like that lying shit
Yeah,
go
man, she
fuck,
should
bro.
get extra, and that's what I'm saying. Like they not thinking about the severity of it, like me, you, and Pete thinking about the shit.
Yeah, that's
It
because
like you
they
say
not.
with all them
One
charges
thing I
and
can
all that
say
shit, the
as a
bitch should have
man,
Ricos and everything, conspiracy like a motherfucker,
as a
bitch. What
man, they
else?
gonna
Are
do
you
all type of
into?
shit. They gonna
Is
look
this a
at
group?
everything. They gonna look at everything. They're not gonna not rule out nothing. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like we can't do that with them. And I think they starting to do that because more women been going to jail for shit, bro. Like it just is what it is. Like they do be doing shit, bro. They not the innocent motherfuckers that everybody think they is.
But we also got to look at it like this here too. They
Or
also
portrayed to
more
be?
emboldened to do it out in public. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They
Oh,
they
they've been
they,
definitely pushed.
they brag about it on Instagram and all that other shit. So I mean, you put the evidence out there for the people to get your fucking ass. So I'm just saying, you know, don't say like how that
No,
dude whipped
see,
that
that's
camera out.
why I
Oh,
know.
I got a
But
million
see,
followers. Look at this.
that's
You see
how I
what I'm
know a
saying?
lot of shit don't be true, son. Because you gotta think,
Mm-hmm.
man, you gotta
Yep.
use your instincts, bro. Use your instincts at the end of the day, bro. You not holding that phone all that time, P. Dot. I wouldn't give a fuck if
Yo,
Tamika right there saying whatever. Paul, don't drop the camera. You gotta make sure you get it. Nigga, you gonna drop that camera to stop that dude from hitting that girl, bro.
right.
Like it just is what it is, bro. So
DDT that nigga right in that planner
but
that
like
was
I
right
said,
there.
at the end of the day, the image of a man is so misled and not true.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got motherfuckers, everybody trying to tell you how to be a man,
All kind
but
of shit.
they don't even know how to be no fucking man. The main shit that a man's supposed to do, you can't do because they're gonna lock your bitch ass up. They tell you too aggressive. But that's another story.
All right, so look, this the last one, y'all, and then I'll pass the torch after this. This one real short, and it's just giving us like, uh, it's posing a question, I guess you could say. So check this one out.
For faking a pregnancy? Lying about being pregnant isn't usually grounds for a lawsuit, but there are some exceptions. If your lying leads to financial fraud, soliciting financial support based on false pretenses, or severe emotional distress, you could be sued. It's always best to be upfront and honest so you don't find yourself facing consequences. Do you know someone who's lied about being pregnant? Can you be sued for faking a
Yeah.
I think that varies in
Yeah,
certain
I heard that
states.
earlier.
I wish you would have looked up
I
the
was
state
hearing
she
that
was
earlier.
in and said and seen what their rules was in that state because it definitely depends on what state she was in.
Well, I actually
What
looked
that?
it up too, chap.
What for
It's
the
it's
last one
over
I
the
just
it's
did?
across the board. As far as just saying that period, basically. Uh, certain states might be more lenient on it, depending on if they believe if it's a all the way scam.
Okay.
Basically, like you know what I'm saying. Like, yeah, they could still move and shake. It all depends on the situation, but just that one situation, them faking it and shit, it determines how far did she go in the faking and the shit where she could actually get prosecuted. But if they don't think so, she could definitely get off. Yeah. So yeah, P, that was true because I looked that up earlier. So people definitely got to be more aware, like Chop said too. Especially dealing in your state and see how lenient they actually is on it being a scam or being something that you would say is diabolical as far as faking a pregnancy to try to get money out of me. Uh, you have to prove that she's faking and all that type of shit too. So all that's gonna come into play once uh everything comes out in court.
Damn, they done changed the damn color on the bridge. Fuck, all the time they got tired of seeing the fucking red ass lights. My bad. It went right back to red.
Pass the torch, P.
Yeah. That was it for me.
All right, I got one for y'all too. Now this shit might trip y'all out. Y'all might have a couple of little questions about it, so I'm just gonna play it though.
Only on to tonight, thousands of dollars paid by that couple who thought that they were getting a newborn baby, but there was no baby.
A shock, of course, to that would-be mom, to the dad, and the adoption agency. Our Sion Rhodes, live tonight with the alleged scheme that left those parents heartbroken. Sion?
And this couple hoping that their story serves as a warning to other families looking to adopt to be sure to do their due diligence.
We had a name picked out.
After years of wanting a child, it was the news Tim and his wife had been waiting for. They'd been matched with a young woman who was pregnant with a little girl.
We had a baby shower and everything.
But the process wasn't what they expected. The supposed birth mom, Amanda Aguilar, sending them threatening text messages saying no money, no baby.
We had heard from the agency that she could be a challenge.
The couple provided Caring Adoptions with a total of $11,000 to pay for Aguilar's needs throughout the remainder of her pregnancy. But when her due date came, it turned out there was no baby.
Possibly one of the most devastating days of my entire life, because here's this baby we had already kind of welcomed into our lives, and it turns out it never actually existed.
In fact, it wasn't even possible for Aguilar to be pregnant. An HPD review of her medical records found she'd underwent a total hysterectomy after giving birth to her fourth child back in 2015.
It was this big lie. So we felt kind of preyed upon and exploited.
Stephanie Warren owns Caring Adoptions and matched him and his wife with Aguilar, who had previously given up 4 children through the agency.
You start to trust someone, right? I mean, you have a relationship. You don't think they're going to do something like this.
Warren says Aguilar provided the required proof of pregnancy document, and it was verified through a doctor's office, but she's not sure how Aguilar pulled that off. Warren says her agency does not and will not make birth mothers
It just
take
told y'all
pregnancy
she
tests
pulled
in
it
her
off.
office.
So why not make that one of your rules? Girls can go to any agency, and they
See?
don't have to work with us. So we kind of want to respect them and treat them as human beings and adults.
The Harris County DA's office filed theft
Rico.
charges against Aguilar, who then jumped bond. She's now back behind bars.
It's not okay to use deception to steal people's money.
Now, this isn't the first time that a would-be birth mother has pulled a similar scam while working with Caring Adoptions. It was just about a year ago this
With
time that
Caring
another
Adoptions,
woman
y'all.
pulled a similar scheme. She was just convicted 2 weeks ago. Aguilar is due in court here on Thursday, and a happy ending for Tim and his wife. They were able to successfully adopt a little boy. Reporting live, Sion Rhodes, KPRC.
So, like Chop said earlier, fellas, Rico, because
Like I
look
said,
at the
bro.
agency, fellas. See, you heard how the bitch was talking? Yeah, she already gave me full churn. I thought I could trust her. Come to find out, your same agency got other females caught up in this shit with y'all. So y'all pimping pregnancy hoes. That what y'all doing, Care Adoption?
Oh, the
Care
real, that's what it's
Adoption
all about.
actually. Think a man, what? You saw that white hoe was sitting back, boy? Like a madam, nigga? Oh, we ain't gonna ask her for all that. The lady just told us something simple. Why don't you just, can't you just do the verification? Oh, we don't do that to women. We don't. Huh? That's how they doing it, bitch, and you know this.
That's how.
So-
And look, the thing is, the person that supposedly pregnant to give up the baby, all they gotta do is say, all we do is arrange the adoption proceeding. We don't have
She got a
nothing to do with what's
hysterectomy.
going on.
She ain't even
Total
got her shit.
hysterectomy.
How did she ain't know that after 4 kids? How the care adopting people didn't know this bitch medical history where she didn't have? Okay, now.
I'm gathering that they don't give a damn one way or the other because they get their money from the actual adoption process.
How y'all
Once
gonna
the
try to
adoption
get
is
them people?
finalized,
She
All
basically
this
the white
shit
bitch was
is
like,
what
man,
what
she
I'm
went too
getting
far.
at is it's
The bitch
all
went too far.
bullshit.
She went too far.
If the shit was working, why she felt like she even had to go through all that? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, if people was all right with giving their children up and all this type of shit, right? Why we having these type of situations? No one be okay with giving their child up, bro. I don't personally think that. I think if they do it, they doing it for reasons that, fuck, they can't take care of them, something like that. But
bro, we living
She
in
was
an
using them for
age where
ends, nigga.
money
She already gave her four. She
rules
already gave that whole four of them, bro.
everything.
She having them bitches
Right.
and
She
getting the
done
getting the
gave
payday
birth
off them.
to
Like
four of them motherfuckers and gave them
she
all
went too
up for
far.
adoption for money.
She tried to get that little couple, bro. Knowing she had a hysterectomy, she tried to keep that shit going. She tried to help and get the money and tried to dip on them because she knew that shit was working with care adoption. With Karen adoption, she didn't already give a vote. That's what she was talking about.
mm,
That money good over there, chap. And they having them. The police said, yeah, we got another case with another female doing the same shit with Karen adoption. They doing the
And
same. So
she just
it's
and
showing you the
look,
trail, like you said earlier, brother, about the RICO shit. If because that's what a RICO does. If RICO breaks down, once you got one person like they did Thug, you bring up all this other shit that's involved, all these other people that you got, with the information, and that would have been one of the things that would have been considered under the RICO by them finding out that this adoption agency has a history of people getting caught in pregnancy scams and shit. Paperwork is definitely involved, bro. And for her to just sit back, like I said, like a madam and shit, I'm like, damn, this bitch really pimping. Like she told that straight up. We don't ask him for all that. We just get the babies.
they get a cut
So
out of setting the arrangements
y'all
up.
think about Cabbage Patch Kids and and
I
what
think
that
they
was back in
I
the
think Karen adopters get a cut.
incubator babies and shit.
Test tube babies, that's what they call them.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, Karen adoption probably has a fee that they assess to set up the surrogacy and the adoption
Mm-hmm.
process,
Hell yeah.
right? Once they
Like
set it
testing
up,
for pregnancy.
right, all the people do is go through their catalog and see who would be a fitting surrogate mother
Mm-hmm.
for the child that they want.
Yeah.
Now, you have to get in contact with the surrogate and set up with the surrogate how y'all want this process to go. Now, that's where the shit started looking iffy at when the surrogate started talking about she wants some fucking money. You supposed to be
But that's
getting
how they
paid
keep
to the
their hands
surrogate.
clean too, to make it seem like, you know, well, I'm just it's freelance after they sign up with us, they're on their own. That
Right.
also washes their hands of dirty shit and they know that they're involved in too, P. See, that's what I'm saying. You do leave it up to her after you set up the agency. But remember, if the agency know that you done already gave us full, you know, I mean,
You you you
I mean, how
you
many you
running
think the
a
bitch should be giving you if this is everything is on the up and up? You know what I'm saying? So looking at that situation from their point of view, bro, I just can't see how you not know. You know what I'm saying? Like I how you not know this is involved with your clients?
I
Let's
think
say
they
they got a client
know.
that had 10 children that then gave them 10 children. Like that wouldn't feel weird to you? Somebody actually like having babies. They ain't keeping none of them. They ain't kept. They gave your agency 10, just one person. Like that is. I would
But
have some
that
type of regulation over that
I,
type of
I
shit
I
too, and
think
I
I
think
heard
people don't
something a
put
judge was saying one day where it's like there's a such thing as called breeding farms where women are actually breeding just to sell the babies. Like Or I'm gonna
Hey,
go.
there
I'm
you
gonna, I'm
go.
gonna go get pregnant, and I'm gonna sell a baby off. I'm gonna get pregnant.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
these
sell
are
a baby.
there you go.
No baby. Like they
These are
literally
fancy
year after year
corporations.
get
Yep,
pregnant. Yeah, and
putting
it's
that label on it. That's
lucrative
it.
from
Just
the way
enough
the
to put
man
that label
said.
on it. There you go.
That man said it's a very lucrative business that they doing that shit with. But the thing is, it's not illegal. It's really not illegal.
Like Chop say, Rigo. I'm gonna move on, bro. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I got another one. This situation, man. I'm just gonna play it, y'all. Y'all check this shit out.
Now to a story you will only see on Fox. A woman traveled more than 1,000 miles to adopt a baby in Texas, only to return home empty-handed. Fox's Gabby Hart spoke with the woman and her husband, who say they are heartbroken.
A
But this
thousand
family is
miles.
still in disbelief and also out of more than $10,000. They plan to pursue legal action against a Houston woman who they say was either never pregnant or just never had any intention of letting them adopt her baby.
Just got our boarding passes and checked our car seat and baggage.
Brianne
See, they
Paquin and her
doing this,
husband have
fellas.
spent the
Look, they
past few
doing this
years
shit.
battling infertility. So they decided on private
What color is
adoption.
the wall?
They took to social media, searching for someone who wanted to provide a stable home for a new baby. And a woman from Houston, Texas, who said she was around 5 months pregnant, agreed. Brianne shared their journey to adoption on TikTok and Facebook.
Update, we're going to get our baby.
The Paquins are from Akron, Ohio, so they hired a Houston area lawyer to help with the process. They also verified the woman's identity.
He ran background checks. I had her, the first thing I had her do was prove her identity by sending a picture of her ID.
Along the way, she sent the Paquins pictures and ultrasound videos updating them on the baby.
We talked about what the future looked like for all of us. We wanted to have an open adoption where she was still involved with the baby's life.
She also sent
So
them
she in
medical
fact
bills,
was pregnant.
totaling more than $9,000, which they reimbursed
Here we
her
go,
for.
P.
There was no convincing me or my husband that this was anything but legitimate.
Fast forward to Christmas Day. The woman told them she
Fast
was set to
forward.
be induced early in the week, so they booked flights, rented a car and an Airbnb, and made their way to Houston.
That's
car
why.
seat in hand.
Good morning. It is induction day.
They want to be there, right?
You guys' mom's
Normal
gonna be
shit.
tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time, so prayers, please.
But the day the woman was supposed to be induced, she told the Paquins her
Mhm.
mom had to
Here we
have
go.
open heart surgery. And then days went by, and there was still no date set for when the baby would be born. That's when the Paquins' lawyer set them down and told them he believed they'd been scammed.
The lawyer and my husband actually went out to one of her last known addresses, and which happened to be family members of hers, and they spoke with her family, they said they did not think she was pregnant at all. They said that was a lie. Her mom was completely fine, was not in the hospital.
Heartbroken, the Paquins packed up and left Houston with an empty car
Got her.
seat and then went home to an empty nursery.
Nothing has changed. We left an empty house and we're coming home to an empty house. And everything feels like it's changed.
Well, the family's lawyer is now working with the DA's office and the FBI to pursue potential wire fraud charges. I can tell you this family says right now they really want to raise awareness to make sure that what happened to them doesn't happen to another innocent family. In Spring Branch, I'm Gabby Hart.
So she,
That's a very hard. That's a very hard thing to have to go
they
through.
scamming the shit out. They scamming the shit out man. They scamming the shit out these people, man. So we were just like I said, we were just talking about the lady doing it with the adoption agency, right? And these people here just following the rules, doing this, just normal shit, P. It's normal shit. That bitch ain't got no baby or nothing. I mean, I'm talking about running it with you, and that P, they did befriended you.
Literally.
Y'all partners and shit. Y'all really rocking. Yeah, I'm about to have I'm about to have it, baby. Hey, what you gonna name it? It's like talking crazy. That's some cold shit, man. Man, this is some cold game right here, P. I got one more, bro. Let me keep it going, bro. Now this gonna give you a little more detail. It's a different one too, fellas. All these is different too. But this one gonna give y'all a little more detail into probably the second one I just showed. So here we go.
A woman is accused of faking a pregnancy for financial gain.
Today, prosecutors filed criminal charges against that woman. It's a case our specialty reporting team, Lighthouse, has been tracking since first finding a search warrant last month.
Hi there. Are you Ashley?
Why? Lighthouse reporter Ben Jordan is in Waukesha tonight to break down these new charges.
Prosecutors allege a woman named Ashley Kinney convinced her family she was pregnant and had a stillborn birth. In the process, investigators say she received gifts before and after what police are calling a fake pregnancy. This criminal complaint goes on to claim Kinney forged an application for a stillborn death certificate in the name of a doctor at Waukesha Memorial Hospital, a doctor who wasn't even working here at the time. Court records take us back to July when prosecutors say Kinney went to this Waukesha funeral home to inquire about a stillborn funeral. Kinney is accused of telling the funeral director that she had a stillbirth at Waukesha Memorial Hospital 3 days prior, so the funeral director called the hospital to make funeral arrangements. According to court documents, hospital staff said there was no record of the defendant being a patient at the hospital. The funeral director got police involved to locate the stillborn baby after realizing the remains weren't at the hospital or the medical examiner's office. The criminal complaint alleges Kinney's step-grandfather told detectives he visited her in mid-June, and at the time, her belly was getting large. Prosecutors say Kinney's mother told them the family threw Kinney a baby shower months earlier and brought her gifts. Police say Kinney's mom said her daughter never let anyone touch or see her belly, and she never invited anyone to any OBGYN appointments. Police executed this search warrant at Kinney's home. A Waukesha police detective said he recovered an apparatus made of pillowcases and packing or duct tape that was designed to replicate a pregnant baby. The criminal complaint alleges Kinney admitted to investigators that she would put it on and take it off depending on who she was around. Detectives say they also went through Kinney's online search history. It showed she looked for beautiful stillborn baby photos to show her family and searched how late a miscarriage can happen. Investigators say they asked Kinney's sister why Kinney lied about her pregnancy, and her sister replied, maybe for money. I went to Kinney's listed address to ask her that question. No one answered the door, but someone came to the upstairs window. Hi there. Are you Ashley? Why? I'm a reporter with TMJ4 doing a story about how you're accused of faking a pregnancy. Would you be willing to come down and talk to me about these allegations?
I'm just doing.
So Ashley isn't here?
I mean, she is.
Could you ask Ashley to come down? Kinney never came out. Kinney is charged with identity theft for financial gain and felony bail jumping. She's due back in court next month. Reporting in Waukesha, Ben Jordan.
Dude, that is so crazy.
Ain't no baby. Y'all see how they do that shit? See?
I want to know.
So she really is pregnant. No, she gonna get videos offline, playing a heartbeat and every fucking thing, and sending that shit to the people, saying, "Listen to your baby."
She was able to falsify the name of a doctor who hadn't even worked at the hospital yet. Like, he wasn't employed there, none of that, but you had his name ready to go on a fucking death certificate that you made up. And they found out this man don't even work at this hospital yet. So, who she was in league with, that she was able to use that name. You see what I'm saying? Because she used the doctor's name on a fake death certificate trying to get the funeral home to write up some shit for a stillborn. But the doctor don't even work at the hospital yet. So where you got this doctor's name from? Or were you in league with this doctor with some bullshit? You see what I'm saying? So that's what that sounded like to me. It sounded like it was a scam that fell apart, which it did, but it fell apart at the very
That's the whole
onset of
premise.
this particular
That's the
scam.
whole premises of the title, player. That what it said to do in the title, P.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, that's three different ways, and like y'all was speaking on with the other ones, I just put them all in line from. I probably figured that y'all was probably gonna ask, well, especially you, P, they're gonna probably be like, who or why they,
Yep.
how they did this? All right,
I
nigga.
don't.
You saw one situation where this bitch ain't even had her shit no more, and was lying to them people using the adoption
Mm-hmm.
agency. You seen another one who actually used the same situation, but lied to these people that never had a baby at all.
None of that
Sending them
shit
shit.
works.
Then the last one showed you how they got on her ass with all the
That's
fucking
all I'm
paperwork, because them people
saying.
was doing a good investigation and was showing you how these hoes get away with it. They go find shit online and shit and be getting fake baby pictures of other people's and all kind of shit and send it to these people and be lying to these gullible people.
That's crazy.
And there's a lot of it get felonies and all kind of shit that get added onto that shit, and they crashing out, P, bro. This is a thing, bro. This is a come up. This is a lick. As they say. What you say, Gray? Are they morons? Hey, possibly. But at the same
Women.
time, they are looking at this like it's just nothing, And I was just speaking on, how they earlier how they don't take, pregnancy and
I'm
being
not
pregnant,
saying
how
that
they
to
used to.
be mean, but I'm saying
Oh, they
that
talked.
because
Chop talked about that earlier. The
you
incest.
know they hold the power of the whole, because it's not like when you get somebody pregnant, you the one that find out. You know what I'm saying? Like after time, if it's the same woman, of course you gonna know. You know what I'm saying? Stomach gonna start getting hard, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But a man can't say I'm pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't no without no proof. Like meaning the girl
Right.
or the woman.
Right.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like ain't no fucking if she can't corroborate the story, then nothing happened. Right? So
Hmm?
I'm
Even
just
by her
saying.
being pregnant, they're gonna base everything off of her story anyway. So it's like you gotta
Yeah, like when
you
was
gotta
what?
you gotta
But when
navigate
was
and
your
see what's
last
going
period?
on.
Once you get up pregnant, nigga, they ain't asking you no questions. When they go in there for the baby, it's nothing. And outside of if you won't do a DNA test. That's it. Them people not even talking to you. It's like so they have all the power in the world. And what I'm realizing is all the shit that people realizing, the world realizing, everybody realizing that shit was meant. Like, we was just living life one way because we heard all these stories. And now you see some motherfuckers was lying. I'm just saying, dog, like that's crazy. Like, cause think about it. First, niggas wasn't finding out till the child made 18.
Hold
Right.
on, Chop. I'm glad you said that, Raul. Look, I got something for you, Raul. Look.
Warm LT welcome. Bobby Boucher. Come on, Bobby. Thank you, Mr. Longshade. Tell me, what is your secret? How do you find yourself in the right position all the time?
That's a good question. What happens is the center has the ball first, and quarterback will say hike. That's when the center puts the ball into the hands of the quarterback. So what I'll do is I'll start tackling the quarterback unless he give the ball to somebody else, in which case I'll try to tackle that person.
Gentlemen, which brings me to my next point. Don't smoke crack.
LT went straight to it. Don't smoke crack. Crack
It's
is
like y'all
wet.
be sounding. Y'all be sounding like Bobby Boucher when y'all be trying to explain this crazy ass shit. Y'all are
Man.
just scamming people.
And what you gonna say? You the
This
dude,
shit
right? And
crazy,
this
bro.
girl and came to you, son. She got fake fucking I'm about to say W2s. She got fake fucking ultrasounds and all this shit. Got a
Man,
name on it.
stillborn picture showing the baby dick. Chop all that heartbeats.
Getting checks
All
from
that,
niggas
bro.
and shit. Like,
The government and the doulas. You
what
getting
I'm
3 checks,
saying
bitch.
is God
Say.
was with the women when they decided to do that to certain niggas and not me. Because of shit. Boy, look. They had to lock me up. Like on some real shit. But one thing I realized too though, nowadays, them the judges and shit, they don't be with that shit because everybody know how the shit was once before. So it's like if that woman said it, it's the truth. And women know that. That's why they doing the shit that they doing. That's why they able to do it. Because they know who's gonna question a woman. Then about a child, it's like, oh now you're crossing the line. Come on, man. Fuck no. You're not about to do that. You're not about to do that. If a chick come up and tell you right now she pregnant for you and you know you had sex with her, you don't got no choice but to believe her. You got 9 fucking months to see if that's really your baby or not. Unless something happened before the 9 months and you find out something. But you got to wait. Ain't nothing like men don't talk about that trauma. Because that's a trauma. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I bet you back in the G, you ain't used to think, you ain't used to be like, oh, that might be my baby, it might not be my baby. You knew that was your baby because your wife ain't go no fucking well. She was in that hut, and your ass, she was on your land. You had to go thousands and
Nigga
thousands
stupid.
and thousands and thousands of
Nigga
miles
stupid.
away
That
to go
nigga said
fucking
you was in
find a
that fucking
man, bitch.
hut.
Shit. 'Cause them niggas talk a whole different language and everything. Shit. But yeah.
That's a great point, bro. I passed the torch too, bro.
I ain't had nothing. I ain't nothing. I did just get inside. I gotta set this shit up. I should have just set the truck door, but I ain't really had nothing of nobody doing it like that. I probably could find something right quick, about 15 minutes or something, but fuck. That's why I talked as much as I did too, cause I just wanted to get my point across. Cause like I knew I probably get here in time.
Okay. I do want to say that this has been a very good topic for the week, man. Very interesting, enlightening.
I
Be
mean,
aware.
I wouldn't say enlightening, because women knew already. Women they knew they could say whatever they want to say. You gotta believe them. They knew. You see what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
knew
true,
that.
true.
Am I just lost my baby, nigga?
You know you gotta listen to them. If
If
you
I'm a rape
don't,
victim,
they gon'
I'm a
push.
rape
They
victim
gon'
that just lost a baby. What?
son. You the only way they not gonna crucify you, and that's not everybody. You still gonna get crucified, is if they know for sure that female is a hoe and she,
Yeah, cause some people be knowing you was a lying ass bitch. You right about that, child. Some of them do be knowing you be
I'm
a
just
lying ass
saying,
bitch.
like,
And people, be trying to make
and
other
people ain't
people
gonna
aware
believe
of
you.
it, but they ain't
Yeah,
gonna believe, y'all.
no, no. No, not gonna go. Gotta get burnt first, and then you're gonna believe. You know what I'm saying? Not physically burnt, as in
Yeah,
fire, or
yeah.
or on the your wee wee. You
Or
know what
it
I'm
might come to
saying?
that
Yeah.
if you playing with a kid that
I don't know, like cause
it might come to that.
man, the way. But see, you know what's
Fucking
crazy?
around,
They keep
fucking
on
around with a
saying
dingbat.
the HIV numbers and all that shit going up. They keep saying that. They keep saying that. But y'all keep
Strap
on
up, fellas,
this.
young boys. Put a
It's
goddamn
just
cardboard.
fucking. Everything is
You gonna
fucking
be
fucking
clapping
fucking.
them cheeks. Put your condom on, little round. Don't be out your with that goofy shit. Damn.
Man, bro, if I can't tell you young people nothing, bro. Yeah, bro. And parents, stop being scared, bro. You know you got children, especially if you got sons, even if you got daughters. But you might have to buy them your damn self. But it is what it is. Because the motherfucking children do what they want. That's one thing I know. You gotta be prepared. You rather them do it
Yes,
safe than
sir.
fucking unsafe. Fuck, I know it sounds crazy to somebody, but it might save somebody that's listening. All right, Peter, your ears working?
Yep. All right. So, uh, anybody got any
Man.
final comments, final
Yeah,
thoughts?
I got some. I got some. You gullible ass people, man. Stop putting yourself out there in the middle of the goddamn road to get crushed by a damn truck. Y'all should see these people coming from a mile away if you wasn't so attached to the emotion of it, especially the fathers. It took the daddy in one of my situations to get with his lawyer to, even be suspicious about it. She is just all distraught in having a baby. She's not even fully checking on what's really going on. And with the other couple as well. A lady with a fucking hysterectomy could never get over on me that she's about to have my baby. And I don't know about none of that. You're not looking up records on people and none of that shit. So, you know, as much as we looking at these scammers, people, y'all not using both sides of your brain when it comes to a lot of this stuff. It's not logical thinking, and we need to be more vigilant in our awareness because this is how trafficking and all kind of other shit with these children gets to go on behind the scenes because these people could say what, like Pete said earlier, I leave it up to you to find the donor and all this shit here. So they watch. This is how that go. Just like if it was the dope game, you don't have to touch dope to sell it. So this is the mentality we should have when we invest in these children, especially in these times. Other news round my security guard, my security guard friend. His ass. And this is the thing I want to talk about with the time these pedophiles get and shit, y'all. It's way too fucking lenient. They don't even need no 3 strike. They gave us 3 for the dumb shit. They don't need the second one round. Like once they found out this the same nigga, man. You done like that's just me, looking at the situation. I know I gotta look at everything as far as a professional and look at all the paperwork and listen to the arguments, but nah, player, you trip. You own this shit. And you selling it and all kind of shit. So you into it as well as, trying to make a whole little fucking industry network out the shit. You sick bastards. You sick motherfuckers. And then y'all women going along with him. Cause like I say, he had a whole girlfriend doing the editing and shit. Selling the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going too fucking far and people not really taking that shit as serious as they should, bro. Who else I had, bro? I got kind of caught up in that, so I'm gonna just leave it right there, fella, because that shit kind of be pissing me off, especially with women who really want children, and you know what I'm saying, and can't have them, and how these women just throwing them around and shit like they white bitches in slavery time. This shit is crazy. Yeah, bro. I'll pass it, bro. Yeah, shout out to everybody who came through in the building too. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, I think I said enough. Y'all know what time it is. Make sure y'all y'all know the women, bro. Like, you gonna use the name. Repeat. Go ahead. But go ahead, boy. Yeah, stop just trusting these women, bro. What? Look, but and then the picture thing, like Simon was saying, like, how y'all niggas, bro? That's over bamboozled right there. When you letting them send you the pictures, and you just like, fuck it, like, no, bro. Go to the doctor's appointments with these girls. Stop. It's not unmanly for you to go to the doctor's appointment with your baby mom or whatever. Even if you're not gonna be with
Alleged
her,
baby mama.
you know what I'm saying? Even if you're not gonna be with her, it don't matter. Go, nigga. Like you need to go. That way you can find out. Like get all the. It's hard to get to bypass all the emotions at the time, but you don't want nobody to get used to a baby or something like that, and then the baby never even fucking, now y'all gotta get unused to the baby because the baby ain't even family. You know what I'm saying? So, fellas, just do your due diligence, bro. Take it from somebody that's a father, bro. Go to them appointments with the girl. That way you know too. Because they don't be listening all the time either when they be in all over the place, mind be everywhere and all that. So sometimes you being there to help them too. But I don't know why niggas stop going there. I don't know why would you not go to the whatever. I know it don't happen because I be in the when I recently being in the office or whatever. Like dudes don't be in there, boy, them girls be in there by themselves. They be dropping them off. They be but yeah, I mean other than that, that's the for sure way to get you to not get popped like that because if you go with them, at least you know what's going on. You listen to the doctor as they talking, as they doing the ultrasound, rubbing the thing on the stomach. You can hear everything they're saying. So, but you know if it's even a baby even in there. At least you could get past half your anxiety.
Said it. You see it, this bitch having the alien or something.
Yeah,
I'll be with this
exactly. Come
gas.
on, man.
The fuck?
No, just gas.
And you fucking ass done. They were talking about they travel 1,000 miles. What fuck? Y'all want to have a baby, bitch? You got to travel 20,000 fucking miles. You got to make sure this bitch on the up and up. Don't wait till she was supposed to allegedly have the fucking baby. You know what I'm saying? That's way too late. Like Chop
Yeah.
said, man, y'all was supposed to go to the fucking. Y'all supposed to bend down there to make sure before all that. Y'all at home planning all this shit. They planning their
Airbnb,
heads
renting a
off,
car,
bruh. The
did all
fuck?
the bells and whistles.
Cribs and shit, set shit up. Ain't seen. Man, come on, man. Come on, man.
All
For
you gotta
yourself,
do
I'm
is check.
saying. Y'all going off phones and the laptop and shit. No, y'all need to physically be there, like the way before she was supposed to allegedly have the baby. Man, that shit
Right.
is fucking amazing to me, though.
No, you gotta. Did not see
Wait
once
till
they start
wait
playing
till the
games
last
with the
month,
appointments.
the week
Oh,
before delivery, to
oh,
make
you
plans. That's
ain't
the first
gotta
thing Freddie
come
gonna
and
give me.
this, that, and
Baby,
third. If I ain't gotta come, then it must not be my business. You hear me? Like, yeah.
Yeah, cause she would have had to hit you with the excuses, like you're saying, right? Like, you about what you is about 5 weeks, 6 weeks? Yeah, we about to come down there and see, we gonna do a little ultrasound thing, so I get some pictures and shit. She gonna start hitting
yeah,
you
we're
with the
gonna
fucking
look. We're
excuses
gonna
right
bring
there.
our own ultrasound machine. Hit them with some shit that make them think. Fuck, they got a personalized ultrasound machine. Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, you ask a scammer too many questions, that motherfucker fade to black. You
Freak
hear me?
out on.
That motherfucker
They'll flip the fuck out.
smooth walk away from your ass.
Fucking
But
go
that's
to
how you
playing
know.
Sade.
Well, look. But see, that'll be the thing that people should start doing before they even have a situation where the motherfuckers start asking you for money.
So you
Just
gotta
keep
think
asking
about
them
it,
questions.
bro. They got dudes out here that want children, bro. And they might want them for that woman. And that woman tell you, I'm pregnant. You're gonna see it. You're gonna be more happy than anything. Or paying attention to nothing else. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna want you just gonna want to be a daddy. You know, especially if it's for a certain woman that you probably want to have a you might want to be your wife. She go to telling you, yeah, I got a baby and fucking lining you up. And then 3 months down the line, he didn't kill her. We won't know why.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
That's
Lord
why
have mercy.
fucking
So,
playing with people's emotions, you can't do that.
you
And like
playing
I
with my
said,
emotions, smoker?
we not supposed to have emotions, so it's a lot of stuff
We,
by
we
default
do. We
that
do.
women gonna get
They
away
just
with
want us to suppress
anyway.
our shit.
Mm-mm. And by default, they're gonna get away with us having to suppress it because we men. I was at the store getting a sandwich. Little dude come asking for some change. Seen a woman. Wife of him. I told that boy, I said, boy, don't ask that lady for no money. I hate that. Like, don't do that. You know, that's a woman. That's what I feel you go ask a man, whatever. But don't be harassing a woman like that. Middle of the night, it's 11 o'clock. Like, what you, no. Uh-uh. But that's just how you think about the women. You're supposed to. But they damn sure don't care when they trying to pin the baby on you and shit. Y'all heard Amber Rose, man?
The slut walk. The slut walk queen.
She changed up her tune on Candy Show.
She said she ain't a slut no more.
Ain't be.
Oh man.
It ain't popular. They're getting caught.
Just the amount of people that she had been with. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. People, listen here. So this P dot final thought time.
Oh shit.
Um, like my brother said earlier, you got to be more careful when you decide to adopt a baby. And Texas is one place I would not suggest you motherfuckers go. Cause literally all of the videos my brother played, y'all, that came with somebody getting scammed out their money in the US came from goddamn Texas. They drove 1,000 miles to get a baby, only to get there to no baby. right? They trying to get a baby from a bitch that had a total hysterectomy.
Dang. See
All
that thing,
down
bitch.
in Texas. All down in Texas. You stand a better chance to come and adopt you a little nigga from Louisiana.
Damn. We call them niggas.
I heard somebody else say that recently. That's why I said that. I ain't gonna lie. It do sound funny when you say it, though. But it's not really funny. But yeah, you stand a better chance of coming down to Louisiana and trying your hand at adoption. Mm-hmm.
Boy, how
Yeah.
many children you gotta have for to be considered niggas?
More than one,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
because it's got an S on it.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
It's
Mm-mm.
English.
Mm-mm.
English states that anything with an apostrophe S
No,
is what?
niggers. Niggers
All
is
right.
already plural.
But are you speaking in the terms of what? More than one.
Niggers. Niggas.
You speaking that's still
Niggas is
pluralized.
plural.
And
Nah.
it's still what? If it's plural, it means what? More than one.
You gotta have at least 4 children for it to be considered niggas.
No, more than one. Because you got to neglect. That's one.
No. No. No.
Yes. Yes,
No.
Chop. Come on now. Don't do
No.
that. We're not about to
No.
do the ghetto English.
4 children.
We're not doing
Nigga.
ghetto English lessons tonight.
4 children. 4
Oh,
children.
shit.
It's nigga.
Oh, man. We definitely will have to have a ghetto English lesson. Gee whiz. Come on now, I'm getting sleepy. I gotta get this through now. So yeah, with the other situation as far as my in other news, man, like we definitely gotta have a conversation about the perception of life, racism, and the people. Because if you notice in my segment when they were talking about the black man and the Asian people and so on and so forth, it was told to them, "Oh yeah, you don't want to mess with the niggas. Yeah, we don't cut no nigga hair and all that stuff." But where did you get that stigma from? Right? If you in a black neighborhood, why would you even have that stigma against black people if somebody hadn't already told you something, right? Think about it. You heard the little girl say, "Man, I don't look at nobody like that. Anybody of any color could be my friend long as they're nice to me, right?" You had the other one before that. The old granny tell you, "Shit, they started looking down on us." Now realizing that fuck, we part black our goddamn self. We fuck, them people started merging and shit. Don't think for one second that black people and Asian people wasn't getting it on back in them days. Granny looked black. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't want to march in the '60s because they was cowards, just like the man said. Y'all want freedom, but y'all get y'all freedom off the backs of others while they fighting for it. You just sit back and wait for it to happen.
There it is, and then don't like the people after you
That
get it.
fought for it.
Stay away
Look,
from
that
it.
fought
Yeah.
for it. That's fucked up. That's so fucked up. You don't like the people who fought for freedom that you enjoy when you didn't even have. They didn't even give you a reason to have to get into the fight. But you was supposed to get into the fight on a just base premise that it happened to your people too. They just not treating you like they treat these here. And that's the weird part, man.
Well, you know what the stroke of a pen you could turn somebody from Irish to white, so
That's what they
no.
were talking about. How easy is it for you to claim to be something that you're not? So listen, if you're gonna call black people African American, right? What do you do with the white people that's from Africa, born and raised in the African continent, and they come over here? Do you still call them white or do you call them African American? Because by all intents and purposes, they are from Africa, the continent, and they may be born of African descent from the continent, which would make them African, right?
Why it sound like you slowed down your voice?
I don't know, man. My phone probably overheating. But in the midst of it all, you would call them an African American because that's where they come from. But they go get over here and claim to be white.
I can't go to
But
no
then
parts of
say
Africa
I
and tell
can't.
you nothing about it.
Huh?
I can't go to no parts of Africa and tell you nothing about it.
Right. That's why when I think we had this discussion a while back. We gotta stop calling ourselves African American. Ain't none of us never been that motherfucker. And there's no direct proof that any of our people ever came from them.
You watch the UB TV, The Burning House? You watch that one?
Yes,
No,
sir.
I don't know.
Shout out to
Probably not.
UBTV.
No, you gotta watch
Probably not.
that one.
That bitch fire.
But think
Great
about it.
documentary, Peter. I check it out.
Y'all but think about it, bro. We've been having this discussion since like literally since Dane Calloway, UBTV, all them brothers started, really hammering and doing the research and showing that a lot of that shit was lies, right?
All
And
of that shit. You're saying a
All
lot.
that shit.
no, I'm gonna say a lot because
I'm
there's
saying
there's
all
no
that
you can
shit.
say all. Listen, you can say
Oh
all.
yeah.
I can't say all because I haven't done all of the research like they have. The
Well, don't tell
research
me
that
it
they
ain't
presented,
I
happening.
ain't do all the research
the,
neither.
the research that they presented me with
I'm pretty
coincides
sure
with
it's
the
all.
information that I already had some in-depth knowledge on. So I could say that part that they're not lying about. You see what I'm saying? But as far as
I got you,
everything,
player.
no, I can't see
I'm
it.
going. I'm gonna
But
say on all though.
Hmm?
it's like I think the
Oh
biggest
yeah, you're
thing that
right.
we got to look at is doing your due diligence when it comes to this adoption thing or the pregnancy. Because this lady scammed a bunch of doulas. That's crazy. Now she facing sexual assault charges and didn't plead guilty to none of them. But I could,
Ooh,
bro, like I said,
sad.
I could not be the goddamn judge in none of them cases where people like that come before me. You got 52 charges of pregnancy fraud on your head, and some of them involve sexual assault. So, baby, don't think I'm about to let you plead guilty to the 21 you choose to plead guilty to and drop the other 31. No, you about to eat them other 31. Yeah, you plead guilty to this, you automatically about to get found guilty on the other 31. That's how that should go. What the other one was? It was another one we was watching that we saw tonight. Something with the bail.
Hey, the
Oh, yeah,
pregnancy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You shouldn't get no bail if you already was found guilty on taking pictures of little girls in public places and your wife selling that shit online. Neither one of them should get a bond, right? You sit in jail until your court date. And if you found guilty, you gonna get sentenced to the maximum I can sentence. You know what I'm saying? These people gotta be stopped. And I really think that the only way to do it, a lot of people would call me sadistic. fuck over them on live
You
TV.
definitely a sadist, son. I already convinced myself.
That man stupid.
He's
You know,
Chap. He's definitely a sadist, bro. He enjoys that shit.
He like
fuck over. Whip
he'll
them
sit
on
down
live TV.
and
Like
like to
that,
be in charge of that
the
shit.
lady with the 31 charges, that they think the court gonna drop. No, you plead guilty to the 21. Okay, you gonna sit in jail for them 21, but the other 31, we gonna whip you for.
When it's time for P Dot to pass the torch to the next torture chamber headquarters champion.
They gotta go.
No, he gonna
They
kill that
gotta go. They
motherfucker so
gotta
he
be
can stay. That's what P Dot gonna do. He gonna kill that motherfucker so he can stay. He ain't about to.
He
He
ain't
ain't
about
about
to
to
give
let
it
that
up.
happen. Fuck no, we ain't giving it up.
No, I'm gonna fuck you up till you're about to die, but I'm not gonna let you die. I'm gonna heal
This
you and
man.
everything.
And
They do it all over again.
why would you give your job up? You
What you
ain't about to
mean?
do that. When the next
No, I'm just,
no, you gonna have to get a job up eventually. Somebody else gonna have to do it.
no, no. Why? What you mean? I'm
Still
gonna be
time.
getting paid, bruh. They gonna vote me. Think about it. If my version of punishment for crimes committed against children stop another motherfucker from doing it, you
Sound like nepotism to me.
no, nepotism is when you put somebody in place showing favoritism. I ain't gonna earn. No, you ain't
Yeah.
got to show me no favoritism. I'ma
No, I'm
earn
talking
my
about you
spot.
getting the job, staying with it. How you keep
That's
the
not
job?
nepotism. That's just that they just
Oh
call that
no.
not shitting and not getting off the pot.
Mhm.
You trying to stay there like a congressman till the day you die. Fuck,
Yeah.
I ain't trying to
Mm-mm.
retire.
I know you ain't. You gonna be 150 still pulling the
Still
lever.
whipping people. That's right.
Yeah, I think that
Get
Mhm.
was
your
his
ass
point. I
over
told
here.
you
Yeah.
like that shit, nigga.
He
Such
like that shit.
sadistic ass.
Your goddamn ass
That
over
nigga
here.
ain't gonna
You out
retire.
there
That
digging them
nigga.
little children? Okay, here's your punishment.
He worse than fucking
Yeah, who we
Uncle
got up
Ruckus
next?
on Boondock.
Who we got up next?
What we have
He
ourselves
gonna be
here.
lining his ass up. He gonna be lining them up. Look, that shit
Goddamn
hilarious.
right. Think about it, bro. You got to draw the line somewhere, bro. And I
But
think
Ruckus,
I
that's
think
what we
we.
gonna
I
do.
think something need to be put in place. I always talk about regulations a lot, fellas. With that shit, I
Fuck
think
regulation.
it
There's
is
always a
shit too
loophole.
look at him. Look
shit
at
too
him.
Fucking
loose,
regulation.
bro. That
You
nigga
ain't
say
got
fuck
your man.
regulations. Look,
See what I'm saying? You
you
didn't got
gotta
him started.
regulate shit, man. We can't
Oh,
just let you
whipping
be
ass.
torturing people, bruh. That's what I'm saying. You can't just say your ass need to be regulated too. That's the whole point of me.
He,
We can't let some sadistic motherfucker just be ready
No.
to kill people at his every beginning whim. You might lose your
exactly.
fucking mind when we tell you to give up that
No, I'm
job,
not. No, I'm not
and you
gonna just
might
whip
kill
you.
that man, like Chop
If
said.
you can,
No, no,
if
no.
there's actual
You done
citation
already
evidence
made
that
the
you out there
scenario.
committing crime
He didn't
against
already.
children,
He didn't already
like
prove to
like
be a
your boy got
prime
caught
candidate.
doing all that stuff. He actually got caught. People got him on camera
Listen,
filming the little
Peter,
children. So
Peter, they
whip him.
found DNA. The man was innocent. You done already chopped the man toenails and shit off. No, no. That's
Now
what
I'm
I'm
gonna just I
saying,
ain't
bro.
gonna
You
chop him
not
off.
gonna wait.
I'm gonna just rip him out with
Yeah,
a pair of
man. You
pliers.
been
None of
already
my
started
business.
torturing the man. Man, come on, man. You already saying the man guilty. You ain't even waiting on nothing. You
No, I just said I ain't
what
gonna
he got
do
caught
you
with?
nothing until you
Y'all say
get
he guilty, huh?
found
All right,
guilty.
bring him out to the
If you found
Bring him to
guilty,
the
the
torture
evidence
chamber.
support that you
bring
did
him
it,
to the torture
you got
chambers.
rip
You
his
That's
gotta let
right.
them
toenails
people sit
off.
in there, bruh. They didn't let
You
that row patient sit there longer than that, Pete.
if
God
you don't
damn.
get there before Peter made his mind up, you
I'm
dead.
trying to tell you, he gonna go against
Oh
the grain,
wow.
dog. These people
You know
gonna
the
be
fact
coming
of
up
the see,
missing.
I think I wrote for Boondocks. Wow. Oh man. Man, we gotta get on out of here because my earbuds cutting out. And I don't want it to hang up on our conversation, man. But this has been another great episode of Blunt Talk NOLA. We'll be back Sunday for the Sunday discussion. Y'all be ready. Tune
Yep,
in.
yep, yep, yep.
Look for your notifications and let you know when we scheduling it or when I schedule it because this my week. But definitely be ready for a good one, man. Because I found a good little lengthy video with a lot of different stuff on it that we could talk about as we watch. So that way my fellas could get some time off. They ain't gotta look for nothing because everything is all in one spot. So yeah, y'all hit
Cool.
us up. Uh,
I have some other news for
thank
you, Ed.
you, thank you to DD504, that gaming pro,
DD4 Full
Riz,
Gamer Pro.
Nola Facts and Receipts,
Riz,
all our
no love.
listeners that
Shout
has
out to y'all.
been
Appreciate
watching
y'all.
us on the rebroadcast and that will be watching us on the rebroadcast. Spread the word, tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody, hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Make sure you get all the notifications and keep up with us, man, because we try to bring y'all something new and interesting every week. I am P. Dot on the spot.
Shout out to y'all 17. Go,
Soundtrack
son.
in the building.
And once again, y'all, we are Blunt Talk Lola, and we are
Peace.
out of here.
Later, y'all.
All right, folks. Good night.